come?
I want to see why they left. Oh.
Alright. Well, at least ways this time I'm not nearly so inherently drowsy. That being said, question before we get started. Do I have an echo with the opening music in the stream deck because I need to have the desktop audio on in order for people to hear the alerts? I really genuinely do not know. Hey there, Who's. And also, Memes. Good to have you here as well. Don't think so? Alright, cool. That's been the big thing. So then, speaking of big thing, oh yeah, I forgot to reset the capture. Because I always do. There we go. Alright, music volume. Alright, so let's see. Last time, we had... concerts, and then... horrible explosions of friendships, and betrayals of trust. And then suddenly a live-in girlfriend. As a more direct result. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled go-through. As we find ourselves once again at Dino Mo's. With our aforementioned live-in girlfriend. At the beginning of a time of we're under halfway false pretenses, getting her and her brother into the same place to talk about their feelings. This is either going to go really poorly or very well. Alright, so let's see. She bumps her elbow into my side. Ow! My phone buzzes in my pocket. Probably Rosa. I discreetly peek at the notification. She's here already? I crane my neck around to see Rosa enter, dragging a horrified Nasser by the arm. Suddenly, my stomach tightens and I'm having second thoughts. Rosa spots me through the lattice and her face lights up. Ah, goody. I cover with my eyes with one hand and slump into my seat. Anon! Fang! What a happy coincidence to see you two are here! Is this what you dragged me here for, Rosa? Fang's voice is an angry hiss in my ear. What did you do? I'm here with you, just give it 5 minutes. I am so not buying you a new pillow. Yeah. Rosa practically shoves Nasser into the seat across from me and sits down herself. Rosa, I thought you wanted to talk about the gardening club budget. He's quick to turn his glare from the Latina to me. What's all this about, Anon? I told you before,
Hush! This was my idea. You were just telling me in the car you were having struggles with your sister.
Yeah, but...
Go ahead and try talking to Fang about it.
Pardon me. Fang shifts in her seat to get up, and I squeeze her hand to get her to stop. Oh, well... Good start. I guess I want to say...
Alright, I brought breadsticks for the lovely couple!
Holy fuck, what is this? What is this picture from Rosa? Was she not She obviously wasn't expecting this. Sorry, I gotta grab this. This is primo thumbnail stuff. The Rosa Wag. Alright. Rosa slams her head onto the table. Hey, Mo.
Whoa, Nasa! I see you finally dumped us to that strumpet. I told you she was bad for you, I did. Do I know what I got him or what?
Mo's powerful jaw clicks shut when he notices our unenthused stares.
This ain't a double date, ain't it?
Thank you for the breadsticks, Mo, but it's not the best timing. Mo drags over a chair with his tail and sits in it with his tiny arms on the backrest.
Nobody tell me nothing no more from your family used to. But I got a good idea about what this be about.
Mo, you really don't have to.
Don't think I ever noticed how little Lucy there looks. Even little Nasa looks like he had that shit kicked out of him. Old Mo can intuit what happened. As for Nasa's new lady friend and you, please give us a little privacy. Family matters are best handled by the family.
Fang turns a worried look my way as her claws once again dig into my hand. An old memory flashes in my head. If it worked for Nasser... It'll be fine, Fang. I'll be nearby. I draw her into her hug and my cheek rubs softly against her long beak. I pull away to see Fang with a luminescent blush across her cheek. I shuffle out of the booth and stand next to Rosa.
Jerry! Get these to a table and some mozzarella sticks!
Well, I got something out of it. The overworked busman brought us to a small table on the opposite end of the restaurant. We're not going to get to see Jerry, are we? Guess this isn't the first time this kind of thing has happened. So, now what, Rosa? Well, Mr. Mo said it best. Family matters are solved by familia. We just sit and wait now. Oh, good. We get front row seats to the fireworks without getting burned ourselves, but you're not living with her. She grimaces as her eyes sweep over the menu. Is there any vegetarian options here? Why not the pasta? I am watching my figure, Anon. I hope Mo can solve this quickly. You know, this is to help you too, Anon. What? You yourself look like you are struggling with something. Let me hear your troubles, Anon. My troubles? I look across the room to see Nasser and Fang actually laughing with Mo. My heart clenches as I wish I was there with Fang. Is it your new relationship? That and 100 other things. Let it out, Anon. There is no need to bottle up these anxieties of yours. Easy for you to say. It was as if a bulwark broke. So I guess it was easy for her to say. The words spilled from my lips at so rapid a pace I feared Rosa wouldn't understand. She's a Latina. She speaks Spanish. My interpretation of how her voice is probably at a significantly slower pace. I told her everything. From how I wound up at Volcano High, all my inner turmoil there, even my romantic failings. Time slipped by as I used this rare moment to finally vent about everything around me. And through it all, Rosa simply smiled and nodded. A few times she would speak up, if only for clarification or to offer sympathy. Our meal came and went ignored. I just kept talking and talking until I couldn't anymore. I see what you mean memes before about Rosa being best girl. My throat is so dry now and my voice is hoarse. Hey Jerry, can we get a Diet Coke? I don't like Diet Coke. God, how long was I talking? Rosa slides out from her chair and steps around it. Her fist rocks my shoulder back harshly. What was that for? For being a stupid boy. Here, drink. I take the preferred glass of water and down it greedily. As soon as I set the cup down, a pair of arms wrap around my head. Oh god, oh fuck, Rosa is actually gonna kill me! You stupid boys, always hiding away your own pain. Her heavy hand rubs my head gently as she cradles it against her chest. Be sure you tell Fang of this, okay? Okay. Good. Personally, I think you two are absolutely adorable. But my lord and his cross of rock, you two are dumb. Always hiding away these pains you have from the world and your loved ones. I almost hesitate to ask if there's any variety of art of Raptor Jesus. Rosa loosens her grip around my head and I sneak a glance over towards Fang and Nasser. They aren't trying to kill each other, so they seem to have made some progress. Probably is. There's a lot of art. Don't doubt it. I always think I just saw Fang actually smile. Right as I turned back to the table, my ears were assaulted by Mo's Italian shrieking from across the restaurant. Hey, you kids can come on back now! First thing I noticed on the way over is how much more lively Fang and Nasser look, like they had regained all their lost energy. Before I can take a seat, Fang gets up and wraps her arms around my head. I almost ask her what the deal is, but I can feel the icy stare she's shooting at Rosa from here. Head empty, no thoughts. You know they didn't mean it like that. Another perfectly clippable piece of art. Fang lets out the laugh she was holding in. I know, just messing. I let out a sigh of relief. Fang's back to making jokes, so that's good.
It's good to see Omo can help to set things straight. Don't ever hesitate on coming right back if you needs it. And good job on getting yourself a better half, Nessa. She's a better looker than your old lady friend. Wait, Rosa? Rosa isn't my...
Naomi and I are still...
I knows, you're probably all heartbroken about the breakup, but don't do it in front of your new girl, Nessa. Always said that Melograno Mignota was never goods to ya. Melograno Mignota.
He actually did... I don't know what Mignota is, but I can tell orange to a different degree. I love this. Nobody likes Naomi. It is... Mo rushes off before Nasser can finish his sentence, leaving the four of us alone once again. I probably take my place in the booth next to Fang, feeling her clawed fingers lock with my own. Rosa, on the other hand, took a seat a conspicuous distance from Nasser, and I'm not quite sure who looks more embarrassed. The rest of the time at Moe's goes by pretty well. Whatever family trick up his tiny sleeve seems to have worked. Fang is more calm than I've seen her in months. Nasser is talking and laughing without having to walk through a verbal minefield. And everyone's mood alone. I feel like a burden is lifted from my shoulders. Dinner is lively, and Rosa offers to take Fang and I home. Fang agrees to return to her place with Nasser. She drops me back off at my place, and I return Fang's backpack to her. After locking the door, I collapse on my bed, completely spent. I forgot to get a new pillow. Fang texts me while I'm walking to school the next day. Fang, I slept like a rock last night, lol. You feeling better too? Yeah, were your parents upset? I'm friggin' grounded from everything basically forever. Uh-oh. My mom will forget in like a week, Lamau. See you in science as always, right? Yeah, of course. What do you plan to do about your missing assignments? Nasser stayed up to help me with them. I think he did most of it though, lol. Warms my heart to see she's back to normal. Wait, she still hasn't spoken with Trish. Probably not, but we'll find out. I shouldn't be worried. But when she called Fang...
Yo, Anon, wait up!
I instinctively start picking up the pace.
Yeet. Wait, man, I need to talk to you about Trish.
Well, I don't have a beef with Reed. Can't hurt to talk. What?
Trish's been, like, super beat up over everything that's happened.
So I've heard. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Trish called during... Which was locked up in Anon's apartment and it didn't go well. Yeah, that was part of what I... We glossed over that part in the opening, but yeah.
So you wouldn't mind if,
No, Reed.
Huh?
I'm not going to lure Fang into meeting Trish so she can try to fix their abusive relationship. Reed winces.
Read me like a book, huh? Come on, man. Trish will be better this time, I know it. Just give it a chance. What's the worst that could happen?
Further emotional harm and manipulation? I hear the desperation in his voice. Hesitating, I sigh and roll my eyes. Fine, but I'm gonna be there and we're leaving the split second I can tell it's not going well.
Oh man, you're a lifesaver. Just bring her to the auditorium for lunch. I'll make sure Trish doesn't flake.
Reed excitedly jogs away to his homeroom. That's the most relieved I've ever seen him. Guess Trish really is sorry.
Doubt it.
But I suppose we'll see. I give Fang the memo as I duck into class moments before the bell. Fang, I don't know. You'll be there, right? Of course I will. I'll try to get too worked up in anticipation then. I sigh and glance at the clock. It's always the hard part, waiting. I feel like my mood's been put in a guillotine now. And Trish and Reed are the ones in the black hoods. The anxiety's returned, making time crawl by so slowly now. Even in science, where Fang and I could at least sit next to each other and talk, didn't alleviate it. But math, oh no. Mr. Karladowski was unconscious at his desk, once again being of no help. Reed is now sitting behind me, and every time I glance back, he smiles and nods. Trish is nowhere to be seen. The ticks of the clock secondhand are a countdown to doomsday, and I'm at the epicenter of it. The lunch bell blares loudly, and I shuffle out from behind my desk. A powerful arm wraps around my shoulder, dragging me to the door.
Come on, man. Sooner we get our food, the sooner we can put all this behind us.
There's certainly something. There's an edge of something to Reed's voice, making his words sound unnatural. Must be stone cold sober. My phone vibrates in my pocket. When I reach for it, Reed bumps me.
What you want for lunch?
What are they serving? Another buzz in my pocket.
Well, I think it's mystery meatloaf and pizza day.
And another. One sec.
Yo, the line's moving.
I'm bumped forward in line by Reed. He's trying to distract us. My phone is vibrating non-stop now. Reed, what are you?
Just trying to get us some grub before we see Trish and Fang. Don't want to do this on an empty stomach, right?
I think maybe we ought to. I get my phone out at last to see.
Yo, so the pizza, right? Let's get the pizza.
Reed, what is with you right now? I glance at my phone screen to see 10 messages, all from Fang. Reed pushes me forward and my phone hits the floor.
God damn it, Reed! I got it, Anon.
He scoops up my phone and pockets it. There's some beef now.
Food first, man. Come on.
Reed, seriously, what the fuck is up with you?
What? Nothing, man. Just us two getting some food, right?
Yeah, while Trish is currently stalking and or doing some other thing untoward. Give me back my phone, Reed.
Sorry.
I drop my tray and make a break down the hall towards the auditorium.
Yeah.
Reed is chasing close behind, only a few feet behind me. How are we outrunning a raptor?
Anon, wait!
I think I'm managing to outpace him. Just need to turn the corner and it's on the other end of the hall. I hear Reed's footsteps get further away and stop for a split second. Did he give up? Fire alarm.
What the fuck?
Water sprays from the ceiling and the halls are quickly crowded with screaming students running for their lives, the teachers trying fruitlessly to keep them calm.
Reed, you dirty bastard!
I'm shoved aside from all angles by the student body.
Just a dozen more feet to the door.
Oh, there goes... I finally managed to get my hand on the handle and...
Sorry, man!
It's got me in a chokehold with one arm.
Convenient.
Reed opens the door with one foot to look in.
You'll see, man. It's all going well.
I only watched the scene before me unfold.
Why don't you want to talk about it? Please, talk to me, please! It's been days. Didn't you have enough time to think about it already? Fuck off from my life already. No, Fang, I won't. I helped you, remember? I want to keep helping you. You used me. You betrayed me. I did not. You couldn't deal with yourself. You weren't happy with how things were going. I helped you achieve a new you. You embraced something beautiful. I was proud of you. I don't need a new me. I don't understand. Would you please tell me what's so wrong? You, Trish. Please, Trish, stop talking to me. But why? Stop yelling! What about the other guys? What about the band? You ruined everything. It was supposed to be fun. How? Please tell me. She's not listening. You just took control of everything. We were doing what you wanted all the time. We voted to know what to do next. And we only did what you wanted. Because I thought you'd be okay with it. If you didn't agree with anything I did, then you should have just told me. You should have known. You're confusing me. It was your idea! You were the one who wanted to take the band more seriously, and I did! I was just doing what you wanted because I thought it would have made us happier. Reed's chokehold is making my wounds flare up again. Can I just die right here? You didn't answer about the band. What about Verm Drama? I don't know, Trish. It's over, okay? I was hoping you were just taking a time off to cool off and reconsider. What's happening to you, Fang? I don't know who you are anymore, Trish. You did something that's making me question years of my life. Wasted years. Because of him? That's what it is? You're really just gonna throw away our entire life together since we were kids up until now, just as we're about to make it? Trish, no, I didn't mean it. Every time I offered you to shoulder a cry on, the songs we wrote, the stories we came up with, all gone. Is that it? And for fucking what? For a fucking bum you met a few months ago? Is that what you want? To become a trailer wife? Ah, yes. More emotional manipulation. To do absolutely fucking nothing all day in between getting beaten up and feeding little brats to the benefit of some penniless nobody? I was always there for you. We do everything together, and this is how you thank me? By kicking me out of your life to become a cum dumpster for this worthless prion? Oh, that went a little bit far. Do you not see what's wrong here? You told me when the year started you were scared shitless you weren't going to amount to anything in life. Are we in this together or not? If not, you'll dive headfirst into exactly that. You'll be a nobody. Remember? I still have the messages. Look! You know I'm right. I'm always right. Answer me, Fang. Yep. An emotionally manipulative bitch. Reed lets go of my neck completely. He wordlessly puts his hands in his pockets and withdraws my phone. Phone is dropped limply in my palm, and Reed turns away silently. Yeah. I only caught a glimpse of it, but I saw the disappointment in his eyes. I stand back up and throw the door open. Silence washes over the room. Eventually, Fang takes a deep breath and lets it out before facing Trish again. Fuck off. Just fuck off from my life, Trish. Trish shoots me another one of those petty glares before dashing out the side door.
Fang folds the seat down and sits in it with her knees to her chest, covering herself with her wings. I sit next to her and she starts silently weeping into her knees. I reach through the wings and find a hand to hold. The lunch bell comes and glows, as does the tardy bell from music class. We ended up ditching the last few classes and just go back to my apartment again. April 1st. Oh no. Fang and I have been together for a month now. Things are going pretty well, when we discount Trisha's weekly attempt to talk with Fang. Rosa and Stella have helped with that. I forgot her name was Stella, but good. Thank you for reminding me, game. In fact, they've done a lot for our relationship. Between distracting Trish and giving us a space to just be together on the weekends away from everyone. Only downside to it is all the fucking gardening we have to do during our alone time. Still, things are good. And right now, I'm gonna win our prank war. She may have gotten me with that stupid kiss prank. How the hell she found a mouse trap that small, I'll never know. But I got a special packy treat for her today. For once, I can use my weebiness for the greater good. Oh no. Hey, Sweet Tooth. Fang groans the pet name. Honestly, that hurt me to say too. Hurt me to read. I considered using her mom's pet name, but after the last time, I didn't want to tempt her. Phase 1 complete. She's too distracted to check the box in my hand. Wanna play the Pocky game? How do you play that? Well, I hold one of these. I take one of the green sugary sticks from the box and hold the plain end by my teeth. Between my teeth, then you have to take it with your lips. And try to bite as much as you can without touching my fish. Fang narrows her eyes in suspicion, and then cautiously moves her head towards mine. It's just chocolate. She moves in and crunches down on the Pocky stick centimeters from my face. Jackpot. Her face contorts almost immediately. She spits it out on the floor. What the fuck is that? Where did you even get those? I barely contain my laugh as Fang downs the rest of her coffee to get the taste out of her mouth. Let's just say Stella gets all sorts of weird snacks from Japan. They're making the claim that matcha is not a great flavor for pterosaurs, I guess? I don't know. Like wasabi Pocky sticks. Okay, not matcha, but wasabi. Good one. Fang looks ready to strangle me, but I still have one card left to play. Hey, I have amnesty for today. April Fools. Payback for the mousetrap from the other day. She growls at that and jabs me in the shoulder. Guess I deserve that much. Before I can make my retort, an announcement comes in over the speakers. Alright everyone, listen up! Next month will be what is possibly the highlight of your time here at Volcano High. Prom! That's right, I said it. Tomorrow we'll be selling fucking tickets to prom. Oh joy. Well, I know what the finale is, I guess. So get those formal fucking outfits ready. The PA system's ending chime ushers in a moment of complete silence. Then, all at once, the chatter starts. Oh man, I gotta ask him to go with... I even have a dress good enough for... Tickets are pretty expensive, I'll pass this. Everyone seems excited about the sudden news. Sudden? It happens every year at high school, doesn't it? Prom, huh? I guess I wouldn't mind going if it's with Fang. What would she wear? Actually, scratch that. What would I wear? I can't afford a decent outfit. Maybe I'll mail home and ask Dad for his old suit. Couples tickets are like $100 too. I'm sure I can make it work if I needed to.
Settle down, students.
Fernsworth, I forgot that's what they called him.
There will be plenty of time to scheme There will be plenty of time to scheme your night of debauchery later. We still have the lesson to get through. Finish this and then chatter all you need.
The class collectively throws their heads back.
Oh, fiddlesticks, it's only 2 pages of particle physics. You have a spale railgun in your backpack?
Always, Professor. Professor Fernsworth passes out the assignment and returns to his desk for a quick nap. Particle physics isn't too hard, more tedious than anything. High school particle physics? I know high schoolers that struggle with biology. Fuck, I know high schoolers that struggle with addition. I should finish pretty quickly unless something comes up. Oh, hey, look, it's something. And none, remind me, what's a quark again? Oh, right. Lab partners. About 15 minutes into the assignment, the 2 of us are just about done. We're making surprisingly good time. And you said that electrons hold a negative charge, right? Yeah. Can't imagine when I'll be using this crap in real life. You never know. You might shrink one day. Yeah, and you might stop pretending you're live streaming on Snoot. I'm not live streaming on Snoot. I'm streaming on Twitch. What's the dino version of Twitch? Twig? Sure. Works for me. You were right. You were a step ahead of me there, memes. As far as you know, I might be giving you incorrect answers, you know. Sure. The teacher's making his rounds, checking on the students, and gets to our desks.
Oh, hello, Anon, Fang. Are you two getting along well?
Yes, Dr. Fernsworth.
Great to hear. You know, I'm real proud of you two. I remember at the start of the year you were at each other's throats. And now look at you.
The 2 of us cringe. Yeah, thanks.
At any rate, you two understand the material, right?
Oh yeah, Fang and I are fine. I was just helping them with a few problems. Phew, remembered it this time.
Good. I won't keep you any longer then.
Fernsworth meanders to pester the next few students. Anyways, where were we? Turning back to Fang, her hands are trying to cover her face. Except the frown that's impossible to hide with her long beak. Fang, you okay? An embarrassed smile forms as she begins to shake her head. Yeah, I'm good. Just was reminded of something embarrassing. What? Trish.
Trish?
I can't help it. I see her every day. We tried signing up to as many classes together as we could, and now I regret it. And every time I do, I'm reminded of this whole thing. I'm not good at the pronoun game, Fang. What whole thing? That! The pronoun thing! Now things are different. And I wish I hung out with Nasser more than her. There's some disdain in the way she said it. Now that I mentioned it, Trish has been very weird lately. Should I mention to Fang the fact that every day in math period I try to check if there's a bomb under my seat? You're the one I see the least. It's such a shame. Fang starts stroking my hand on the table. Now, though, I've been thinking, and I wouldn't mind if you called me Lucy. Now there's some actual character growth right there. I'd like it, in fact. Are you sure? There's fragility to her voice, a stiffness in her nod. But if Lucy would like it, then... Alright then, Lucy. She blushes again and looks away. The big question is, will that be reflected in the dialogue box? I touched her name a couple of times. It's a nice name, really sweet, but Fang fits her more in my mind. Well, that answers that. Only you, though. Well, it does change. It does reflect it. So there you go. I don't know if I'm comfortable with anyone else saying it yet. I see. Question, how long have you been using it in high school? Well, thank you for sharing that with me. Now both of us are blushing. Well, if we're already in the moment, I may as well ask. Anyways, Flusy? It was literally only for senior year. Okay. So by that logic, then, wouldn't the rest of the student body that necessarily cares already know that her name is actually Lucy, not Fang? Eh. Regardless. Lucy. There's one or two letters off of Floozy. I can't wait to see what her reaction to this is. Don't stress yourself over it. Right. Okay, I thought that was going to end up being like either like a pet name or a joke, as opposed to like a fat tongue moment. Anyways, prom, right? Hmm? Fang's amber eyes zero in on mine. I have eyes? Well, only when I want to. Her pleading gaze bores through to my soul, and I feel the unstoppable urge to comfort her in any way possible. You, want to go with me? I watch as Lucy's face slowly grows redder and redder. Her lips turn from a thin line to an impressively massive grin. She tries to cover her face with her hands. When that fails to hide her growing excitement, her wings engulf her upper body. A squeal of elation penetrates the feathered cage, accompanied by the staccato beat of boots stomping rapidly on the ground. Once the sounds of jubilation die down, Lucy lowers her wings. She takes a calming breath and shrugs nonchalantly. Sure, could be cool. The whole class is snickering and I have to fight back my own. Sadly, it was a foe far greater than I. Oh, shut the fuck up. You're my date. I'm allowed to be happy. While her voice was petulant, there was an underlying tone of cheer in it. I reassured Lucy with a smile, which she responded by lowering her wings until they folded neatly behind her. Yeah, I thought I should warn you that I can't dance for shit. Your feet have been warned. That's fine. I'll just step on your feet first. Crap, I need a suit. You're mumbling again, and, I could ask Nasser for his old one. I was thinking something like that, but I'll probably just ask my dad for his old tux. His is tailored for humans, after all. Be pretty silly to be walking around all night with the wing holes exposing my undershirt. That'd be pretty silly, yeah. And then there's the tail. Oh god, no. But yeah, my dad's suit would work nice, even if it's a bit old. He used to tell me about the parties he went to when he was about my age. Go on. Sort of like crazy 70s variety. Sounds like he was a lot of fun. Anyways, you got anything to wear? My mom's probably already bought the perfect outfit for me. But the announcement for prom was just earlier this period. And? Sounds like it's a date then. Fang's smile is cherubic. And before I can fully memorize it, crap, the assignment. We were mostly done with it anyways. I look at our mostly done sheet. Flipping it over, the backside is twice the questions and 4 times the blank spots. Mostly? Halfway? I simply sigh and drop the sheet. Finish it at my place. Sounds like a second date. Later, at my hovel of a home. I just noticed the phone Roomba thingy. Almost finished. I wish I could get some help for the other periods. This took way too long. Metal Gear Rainbow. Right. Oh, that's funny. Fuck, man. Trish keeps staring at me during class, expecting me to talk to her. And I gotta avoid Reed and Stella now because they're always around here too. It's agonizing. Did Reed and Stella become a thing when we weren't looking? I keep having these dreams where she mans up and I'm forced to talk to her again. They feel more like nightmares now. Rosa's too busy to help. With the exercises, I mean. But I hope the camping trip will be fun. And yet it is distracting keeping Trish company. Fair enough. Well, it's done. All of it. Thanks, Anon. You're a pretty cool guy. Better than the chill guy meme. No problem. I just like helping you, I guess. And without asking for anything in return. You're so good to me. Thanks, Lucy. Is there nothing you really want from me? You mean repay? I don't know.
You know, I'm really gonna enjoy it tonight.
You plan to like this show?
No, I plan to watch television.
Oh, I love these alerts. I don't know. Things are too good now, though. More naps? Or perhaps hugs? Hand-holding? I'm sweating profusely. Or maybe a kiss? Kiss? With that huge snoot? Why? Are you afraid? Have you never kissed a dinosaur before? Well, technically, pterodons aren't actually dinosaurs. No? Not even a human girl? So I'm your first. That's exciting. This is so weird. I don't know how I'm feeling right now. Don't you feel weird too? I've kissed shorter snouts. Yours can't be that different. Look, Anon, if it doesn't work out, it won't change anything, right? Promise? Of course I promise. Get over here, you fucking pussy. Okay. I won't bite, though I've never had human before. Okay, here it goes. Adorable. Well? That's just the lips. The tongue, come on. What are you doing? Your mouth hinges way back. I have to hang my jaw. Don't do
Yeah, you never know when something funny is gonna happen on this show.
Did something funny happen?
Yeah.
You'd never know it.
The freaking alerts get me every time. I made them, I put them there, I know the Muppet Show backwards and forwards, and it still gets me every time. Don't do that, it's stupid. Wait, you open wide now. That's even sillier. Oh God, how long is your tongue? I think I almost throw up. Oh God, oh, I think I reached your tonsils. Shit, sorry. No, it's fine, let me think. Let's try the other one again. Okay. Don't open as wide. Wait. tilt to the side, like this. There's a reason I don't read these things usually. Almost feels like you're intruding. I don't know. I'll probably never get the hang of this. Did you ever expect to enjoy reading about dino-human tonsil hockey as much as you are? That sentence has never once occurred to me in English or any other language memes. Really? I think it was nice. Wait, seriously? Yeah, you're not a bad kisser. Bullshit. Seriously, here. At the very least, the the artists didn't feel the need to basically animate the whole thing, so could honestly be much worse. / embarrassing. And or far more for Twitch. Lucy. Oh, that's nice. See? Getting better. I can feel your heart beating. It's so loud. Yeah, same. It's been a few weeks since I asked Lucy out to prom. Putting us in April, May? Late April at the very least. Gotta say, things are looking up for me right now. Lucy has really taken to helping Rosa with the school gardens. That's nice. Rosa doesn't force me to help anymore, but I still frequently lend a hand. Growth! And I don't just mean the plants. Just earlier today, Lucy and I were planting some hydrangeas that were set to bloom in just a few weeks. And now I'm setting up a pair of tents. Ooh, purple moon. Alone. Despite being in a group of 4. 2 days earlier. Still chattering with me about the esoteric while the school delinquents get the Orwellian treatment from Rosa, who swaps between helping Fang plant some kind of exotic flower and I don't know, and barking orders. I understand maybe a third of what Stella's saying and mostly just nod along. Crap. Night's really important because the moon will be in perfect alignment for my divinations. Right, lunar eclipse. Is it the one where you can't see the moon or the one where you can't see the sun? No, lunar is when you can't see the moon, dude. It's a so-called blood moon for its color? Well, technically, a blood moon is actually a type of eclipse. It's just the moon going into the umbra, the outer umbra of the Earth's shadow, as opposed to the penumbra, which is what a lunar eclipse would really more be.
Hey,
I
you
could
wanna
be
hear me
very
sing?
wrong.
Only if you sing solo.
Solo?
So low I can't hear.
It's when demons commit great slaughter on the moon, and that makes it red. You know, it never occurred to me that would be the case, memes. But you know, you are very right. It's a very important night for me, Anon. I feel as though my divinations will be at their best under its crimson glow. But camping. Gotta say I agree with Anon here. I'm not the biggest fan of camping, and I was in Boy Scouts for the longest time. Wait, is the hedgerow here? I only see you memes. Oh, no, that is the Hedro. He just tackled you. I was not paying attention, I guess. Sorry about that. You watched Chun's scalification streams yet? Alright. Well, Dehedro, glad to have you around. Oh, yes! My backyard is very big. Long bus ride to school. But I see the stars at night so well, so Stella has slumber parties often. Oh, Anon, we should go too. Wait, well, why? We can go stargazing, Anon, just imagine it. But camping, can't we just... Oh, come on, Alon, don't you want to... Alon? Anon, don't you want to watch the stars together with me? Lucy's pleading eyes lock onto mine. Alright, as long as we have tents. I don't want to deal with insects. As long as we have tents. As long as we have tents, me and my stupid fucking mouth. Fiend. Finally, I managed to get a post to stick into the soft soil. 1 down, 19 to go. What kind of tent are you putting up that requires 19 stakes? Ugh, and now Lucy's gonna use those cute, sad eyes whenever she wants something. And no alone time with her, since all the girls are working at the grill. Hey, you guys aren't just making dinner with that gross herbivore meat, right? Of course, I'm always prepared to serve guests. Wait, which ones were which again? What? If I bite into even a single bug, your cards are going to gun the campfire. Hey, camping is supposed to be relaxing. Relax. Also, when you're done with the tents, you need to start the campfire. Wait, why me? Rosa and Stella flinch and exchange glances. Just, figured you'd know is all. Oh, that was stuck with... Just, figured you know is all. What? Hey, why would I... Hey! The principal fits the bill so well. Guess that's just him. Oh, come on, quit teasing him. Who cares if he hasn't evolved a fire yet? I trip into the tent and tear the whole thing down. Oh, that's great. Splat. By the time I get both the tents standing, the sun is nearing the horizon. My back already hurts from setting everything up. Luckily, Lucy carries around a lighter for her cigarettes, so I was able to start a small fire. I slump on one of the logs around the fire pit and try to massage my shoulders. Hello, Anon. Oh, is the food ready? Stella and Lucy are getting some plates to use. Just taking a seat for a minute. Oh, thanks for inviting Lucy and I to camp back here. Oh, don't thank me. I am very happy to have friends over. Although normally I struggle with making the tent stand. So really, I must thank you for setting it up for me. No, it was nothing. Stella calls out from the back door to Rosa's house. She's returning with Lucy, both holding extra utensils and snack foods. Rosa waves them over. Oh, just came to do this. Hey, Kitsu.
You know, I'm really gonna enjoy it tonight.
Well, we got another...
You plan to like this show?
No, I plan to watch television.
We've been getting that one a lot lately. I never pictured Fang coming over. Lucy really is lucky to have you. Stella struggles to separate the false shish kebabs from the real meat before handing me a plate. Lucy gets that look in her eye and snatches the bigger one right off. Eventide draws near. I believe it best we sojourn from the fated ones, Rosa. My scrying glass awaits. What? I don't speak... whatever the fuck that was. I believe Stella meant that the sun... I believe Stella means that the sun is setting and we need to go set up a telescope. Then why didn't you just say that? Rosa and Stella take their plates of imposter kebabs and start walking to the other end of Rosa's yard. Fang shrugs at me and starts devouring her food. Wonder what editing you might have gotten, but it looks like you might have gotten 4? I'm beginning to suspect that I did. Also, Kitsu, did you play this before, or have you just watched more videos before I got finished? With nothing to do but wait for nighttime as I also begin to remove kebab. Who knows? I know, but I ain't telling. Well, you know memes. I know you know. Bleh. I think Stella undercooked this. Give me some of yours. No way. You have your own. Well, I want yours too. You're supposed to share with your girlfriend. Damn her and her filthy tarot logic. Fine. You can have a bite. Which means she gets the whole thing. I hold out the meat on a stick for her. She grins wickedly. Nope, but I have my feelings since I've played games like this before. Fair enough. I realize my mistake as I watch her maw widen and engulf the entirety of my kebab. Once she pulls away, I'm left holding a crispy yet clean wooden stick. Stolen food is the best food. Well, that was uncalled for. Here, take the gross one. Lucy hands over her undercooked kebab. Whatever. I like it rare anyways. Question, is it actually... It only works if it's beef. If it's pork or chicken, undercooked can become real sticky. There might even be a problem with undercooked lamb, too, though I've never... That's been less on my radar of late. Ever. The games I've played were Otome games. Huh? You should be thanking me then. She leans her head under my shoulder. Yuck, this really was undercooked. I hold the stick over the fire to char a bit more. That's just going to burn the outside. Can't be harder than roasting a marshmallow, right? You'd be very surprised. Did Rosa bring any? Snoot Game is rather standout for a unique from other VNs, so it must be said. Think so. Save your kebab stick for them. Think I'd rather use a regular stick off the ground than get a greasy marshmallow. Heh. Lucy and I listen to the crackling of the fire for a few minutes. Somewhere in the distance, I hear Stella yelling at Rosa about leaving the telescope cap on. Rosa said earlier that I'm lucky to have you. You feel lucky? I'm thinking it's the other way around. I do. Rosa was right. I wouldn't have thought about going camping back in first semester. Guess I really have been changing a lot. Your kebab's on fire. Huh? Shit! I blow out the now burnt chunks of meat. Flambe? Lucy snorts. Chewing down on this, it's not the worst thing I've eaten. Still want a piece? She just holds her mouth open. I put the stick in biting range and she gnaws the chunk off. Yeah, it's not undercooked anymore, that's for certain. Looks like I poured jet fuel on it. Lucy leans back into her arms, staring up at the night sky. I finish off the stick and join her. I still just can't get over the idea of, like, the difference between sitting and standing. You just move the JPEG down a couple of... Stella was right. The stars sure look great out here. Reminds me of home. Honestly, there's a couple of fantastic places around where I live where you can get some, like, absolutely primo stargazing as well. especially on a nice, cold, deep, cold, and clear night in the winter. It's positively gorgeous. The stars do? Hmm? Oh, yeah. There wasn't a lot of light pollution around Rock Bottom. In the brief time I was in Scouts, I got to look at the constellations a bit. Name a few. I don't remember now. This was like a decade ago. Orion's Belt? Anyone can name Orion's Belt. Big Spoon and Lil Spoon? You mean the Dippers? Also, yes. Lucy hums and scoots close enough so I can wrap an arm around her shoulder. Her head leans on my shoulder, and I can't help but smile. Something like this, then? Close enough. I think you can see Mars, too. It's supposed to be the red one. I think that's the moon, Anon. It's been a while, okay? Cut your boyfriend some slack. Okay. That's some donkey levels of dumb right there. Man, Shrek 1. How old is that movie now? Feel her head shake as she withholds a snicker for my snake. Still managed to get my badge, though.
Oh, terrific, terrific, wonderful.
Say, is your friend the avocado here some kind of professional critic?
Nah, he's just unemployed.
You should go to work. Try to make something of yourself.
Oh, like what?
Guacamole.
Aren't you the big strong man? Fuck out a compliment's a compliment. We gaze at the night sky in companionable silence. Oh, look! Lucy points to the sky at a shooting star. Oh, fuck, it's not that... Well, hey, you got a wish? That's not a shooting star, dork. It isn't? I look again. The star is joined by several smaller dots trailing behind in the sky for only an instant before disappearing over the other horizon. Meteor shower. Whoa, a meteor shower. Stella's incomprehensible, excited gibberish reaches our ears. Lucy lays down on her back to get a better view. A little dirt in my clothes is worth the moment. Man, being here with Lucy, such a wonderful night. I feel like no matter what, everything is going to be just fine. And then we get a hard left from one of the meteor showers, and it turns from meteor shower to meteor. I feel the same. I'm just gonna start biting my tongue. This method of utilizing of saying that Anand's internal monologue is just him mumbling all the time is a fantastic narrative device. It really is great. Thank you for being with me, Anan. Being here with me, Anan. I mean, this was all you. And Rosa, and Stella, too. No, you big dweeb. I mean... You've always been there for me, even when I was so mean to you. I don't know what kind of road I was going down when you met me, but I know it wasn't a good place to be. I don't know where I was going to end up if I never found you. You saved me, Anan, and I'll always be grateful for that. She sits up and looks down to me with that warm smile of hers. Hearing her put it that way, maybe I did fix Lucy after all. She seems so happy with how things are. It doesn't matter if it was all part of someone's stupid plan. Lucy's fingers dance across my cheek. Slowly, slowly, ever so slowly. Her eyes lid as she leans forward, her head tilting and her mouth opening slowly. It's taken a month for us to figure this out, but now that we've had practice, I raise myself up, my own mouth meeting hers in a slow and soft connection. Her tongue slides along mine, and this time she manages not to gag me with it. Our first thorough 14 kisses never went this smoothly. Okay, yeah, fair. That's properly constructed. And it's utter bliss as we savor each other's lips. And while I would stay like this forever if I could, air is very much a necessity for life. We separate just as slowly as when we connected. Lucy's eyes open as she smiles impishly at me. I love you. Yeah, me too. She giggles and lays down, her head resting on my shoulder and her wing becoming a blanket as she looks back to the stars. We stay laying a while longer, keeping the red moon company. One month later, so we're deep in May now. It's prom night. My old man was kind enough to send over his old tuxedo from his time at high school. It took a bit of sewing, but I got it looking pretty good. Judging by the wine stains on the sleeves, Dad made a lot of important announcements in this tuxedo. Gives it a bit of history, I guess. Okay. Well, while I'm not so much a fan of the the kind of matronly glasses, I'm not gonna lie. That looks really good. The art is still fantastic, not gonna lie. When I arrive at Fang's place with a...
He shouldn't have jumped. The show's not that bad.
When I arrive at Fang's place with a cheap corsage, I see the pomegranate parasite waiting outside the front door. Great. And dear God, how can she move in that dress? Judging from the length of those slits, very easily. The top half looks like it's been shrink-wrapped to her body. And I'm 100% certain there's nothing beneath the bottom. Oh, I already knocked, Anon? Nasser will be out in a moment to invite us in. I'm sure Fang will be getting ready too. I've heard the two of you are going to prom together. Ladies and gentlemen, the next Sherlock Holmes. No, I just happened to be here in a suit to go golfing. I ignore her, focusing instead on not stabbing my palm even more on this flowers, thorns. Fuck it, free is free. And nothing more free than a 5-finger discount from the neighbor's yard. You and Fang just make the cutest couple. Did you two sign up for prom king and queen? Nah, she said something about the fascist, sexist monarchy system. Oh, good. Well, Nasser and I have entered and we're going to be prom royalty. Ooh, I can't wait to wear that beautiful tiara. I picked it out and everything, and a crown for Nasser. I've already tuned her out. Nasser opens the door. How Miami Vice, just like all of his other, all of Nasser's other clothes just seem to be entirely Miami Vice. Wait, hang on. Well, if that isn't the fanciest jacket I've seen in a while. It's certainly the background of Avatar he always wears. Yeah, sorry to keep you waiting, Naomi. This thing is a nightmare to get over my wings. Oh, Anon, come on in. Didn't know you were already here. He waves for the two of us to enter, pecking Naomi on the cheek when she passes. Fang's mother speaks up from the kitchen. Oh, is that Anon? Here we go. Yeah. The small pterodactyl comes out, a bowl she's struggling to stir in her arms. Oh my, aren't you handsome? Pictures! I need to get pictures of you and Lucy! She sets the bowl aside on the coffee table to frantically search for a Polaroid camera. To think Lucy would have such a wonderful young man to take her to prom. I feel like I got the wrong voice, but I'm just gonna go with it. Found it! Hold still, dear. Ah, it's like getting slapped in my face with a son's dick. I blinked the blindness away, so that's why Nasser has those fucking aviators. Lucy will be downstairs in a bit. She's just getting the last of her makeup on. In the meantime, take a seat. I've got some cookies in the oven that are almost ready. Yes, thank you, ma'am. I take my seat in the usual spot, sinking in and feeling the pillows conform around my spine. This thing must cost a fortune. Fang's dad is a police commissioner, if I recall. That makes a lot of sense. That explains the luxurious furnishings. Now that I think about it, I'm surprised I haven't seen him yet. He's probably he probably signed up to be a chaperone, and it's probably one of the and I'm willing to bet that Principal Spears is one of the few people he truly actually respects. Outside of Mo, perhaps. Oh. So. Yee! I hope I didn't just ruin these slacks. Good evening, sir. I didn't even see you in your chair, sir. My apologies. Don't sweat it, son. Thing about humans, as well as many carnivores, is that their vision is based largely on movement. You'd be surprised how effective staying quiet and stationary can be. How close you can get to someone without them knowing. Sweetheart! No intimidating the suitor! The big guy deflates a bit in his chair. Yep. Ain't that the way, isn't it? Point is, don't get any funny ideas. Yes, sir. We're all taking the NASCAR, right? Yeah. Once Fang gets down, we'll skedaddle. So, until then, we just sit and chill? We could take more pictures. Please, no. Oh, I would love to make this little photo op. What? Wait. Where did those last ones come from? Who was holding the camera? Wait, actually. No. Who was holding the camera? That one didn't work out nearly so well, I think. 30 photos later, and I never want to see another camera again. Fang's mom decided to take pictures of every possible combination of us. I noticed. I don't know which was worse, having to pose with Naomi or Fang's dad digging his murder claws in my shoulder. I've lost nearly all feeling in that arm. Pretty sure I'll leave a bruise worse than my accelerated hug with the stair bollard last month. At least the pictures with Nasser were a nice reprieve. We ended up looking like the Blues Brothers, standing side by side in fuck-ugly suits. Just as I was about to resign myself to premature blindness from the camera flash, my savior arrives. Oh, Anan, you're already here. That's usually how it works. Oh, damn. Lucy comes downstairs in a white dress. Very fitting. Flattering, even. The back of the dress trails down the stairs behind her. Can't say I'd ever imagined she'd ever willingly wear one of these. That is actually a very nice dress, too. Yeah, been here a while. It just looks great, Lucy. Oh, doesn't it? When I got the school's email, I knew right away that the precious little getup I saw shopping the day before would be just perfect. And I even got Nasser's outfit while I was at it. I would have been fine just going in church clothes, for the record. Oh, hush. The two of you just looked like your father and I when we met at a school dance. We all look at Nasser's rather colorful getup for a moment. It was somehow still less loud than his usual jacket. Come again? There's honestly something to be said for subtlety. Oh yes, I remember it fondly, right dear? Lucy's father hasn't moved from his seat. I don't know, do I? Oh yes, I remember you in that snazzy zoot suit. Oh really? You saw me by the punch bowl, strode right up, and offered a dance. Mom, stop. I'm trying to create the mental image. Nope, can't do it. It'd be easier if you imagine him being about maybe 70 pounds lighter. Zoot suits were definitely a look. That look her dad is giving me. It's saying, you'll be upgraded to a putter if you ever speak of this to anyone. I can see where Fang gets her temperament from now. Fine by me. Oh, but Lucy, you look so precious in that dress. Oh, we need more pictures. Yeah. The tiny pterosaur tries to push Lucy next to her father, fighting with the duo to pose properly. I glance at Nasser, who seemingly resigns himself to countless more photos. I think we're gonna be late if you take any more pictures. Both Lucy and Nasser nod in agreement to that. Oh, just a couple pictures. You'll be able to show these when your own children are going to prom. A bit early to think of something like that. I feel a tug on my arm and spin around to Naomi, giving me a look of unfiltered frustration. Really, it's the glasses. I know I used the word matronly when we first saw them, but yeah. Oh, Lucy, there's a string coming out of your dress. Where are the scissors? I'll get them. Anan, come with me. Why? I don't even live here. It's, the scissors are kept in the top shelf and I can't reach. Sparkles. She pushes me towards the kitchen. I don't even know how Nasser doesn't catch on to what she's doing. Alright, what are you up to, Naomi? She pinches the bridge of her nose and exhales slowly. Look, normally I would be thanking you from the bottom of my warm heart for fixing Lucy and Nasser's relationship. They're siblings, and that's how it should be. Then what's the big fucking deal? Let me finish! However, I don't think Lucy is completely fixed. She's still not talking to me. She just runs away from everyone at school now, and Nasser keeps texting her. I had to call him out on that. He was slacking on his school duties, behaving like a crass idiot like you. Just like you. What have you done to them both? Why do I get the feeling that I actually had this whole thing read from the beginning that I saw all these characters? Mo was correct in calling Naomi a cunt weasel. Honestly, yeah. And frankly, like I said before, the glasses, these glasses really tie that whole idea together, doesn't it? Trish is emotionally manipulative. Naomi is a scheduling manipulator, a power broker. Only thing I've done is support her. I didn't do it for you or your stupid plan. I just want to have a good time with Lucy without any more bullshit. Anan, I swear to God Almighty, if my night with Nasser is ruined because of Lucy's... Naomi's sneer vanishes, replaced with her usual false smile. But okay. Of course, you do deserve it after everything you've done. Suddenly, I feel a tug on my arm. This time it's Fang's mom dragging me back into the middle of the room. Yeah? No need for scissors anymore. Oh, Anon, I never got any pictures of you and Lucy yet. Oh, please, God, no more pictures. Yeah, fine, but we really should be going if we want to. Oh, just a couple. I could even send one of these ones to your parents. I bet they're just as proud as you are as we are of Lucy and Nasser. Oh, no. I'm sure they're just as surprised that I'm actually going to prom. Posing with Lucy is nice. Better make sure to be extra careful where my arms go in front of her dad. Hmm? This slideshow style has proven to be very nice. Proven to be great storytelling. The guys that did this knew what they were doing. The searing strobe lights finally end, and I can feel my early onset blindness. These photos need to have a special album all their own. Honey, we need another photo album. Oh, fine. Make sure to have fun at prom. I glance over and Lucy's dad catches me dead in the eyes. Home by midnight. I only manage a weak nod as Lucy rushes me towards the door. Meow. The ride in the NASCAR is awkward and uneventful. This is still the most obnoxious thing ever. I mean, I'll be the first to admit, I did, like, my first car was like a 98 Chevy Astro van. Called that the Deceptive Bat van, mostly because I had like those like decals on it, but you know, whatever. This is still sillier, but whatever. Nasser didn't chuck his jacket into the back seat as a divider, so Lucy and I can sit next to each other this time round. I heard that Spears might be giving a little musical number tonight. Oh, really? Are we gonna get him doing like Frank Sinatra? A very simple name for my first car, piece of shit. Hey, I'll be fair. My van wasn't all that fancy either. It was an unfinished pine green sort of thing. But I love that car. Nearly got 300,000 miles on it. And the reason I drove it so much, 1, I liked it. 2, it could haul things. And 3, it was my grandparents. And me being the romantic that I am, I couldn't bring myself to just not. It was still a good car. Guzzled gas like nothing else, but yeah. Nasser, stop spreading rumors from the junior class. So that was just a rumor? Damn. Wait, you want to hear him sing some opera? Frank Sinatra, maybe. I'd certainly pay to see him try. Oh, good Lord, no. My ears take enough abuse from him during the school day. My car had twice those miles and tried to legitimately kill me a few times. My favorite was when the bottom plastic case under the wheel snapped and fell on my legs when I was oh no! Man, that must have been exciting. Yeah, he won't be singing, but we did get Reed to be a DJ for the night. His only condition was that he got to wear the mascot costume, which is rather odd, but whatever. For that, it's just funny, and it's mostly so we can hotbox, I'm sure. Everyone aside from Nasser involuntarily sighs. What? Was it something I said? Pulling into the school's parking lot by the gym, I take in the view. The students strung up various strings of light along the overgrowths of vines around the school. The line to get in isn't too long, and it only takes a few minutes to get inside. Well, that explains the Kipao. Inside is about as well decorated as the inside is about as well decorated as outside. Those nerdy little Chinese lanterns are strung about from wall to wall. They go with my dress. Wow, it's almost like the person who planned the entire event has insider information on the decor. Color me surprised. Bumbling. Fuck. I think I'll hit up the catering first. What about you guys? I'll pass. I can't afford any fancy food. Huh? What? 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 The price of the food is included in the tickets, man. How poor are you? I live in Skin Row, remember? Sorry, forgot I asked. Forget I asked. The thought of being able to eat like an actual human for once already pushed NASA's apology out of my mind. In that case, I'll go get food for both me and Lucy. What do you want? Give me the closest thing they have to barbecue. But careful with your dress. Oh, Nasser, if you're getting food too, could you get me a plate of kapamaki? This could just be me coming from a rural school district most of my life, but the fuck do you public schoolers do with like you got barbecue and kapamaki at your senior prom? I realize this is a work of fiction and should not be taken seriously, but what the hell? Wrong country. Nasser slugs me on the shoulder. Ow. Looks like we're playing waiters for a bit. Never heard of kapamaki. Barbecue prom does happen though, at least in the South. I will give you that. I will give you that. Seems that way. Ow. I follow him to the food table. I don't even recognize most of these dishes. I get a heaping plate of 7 or 8 different dishes for Lucy, then pick out a steak for myself, grabbing a few nice-looking sandwiches from the other end of the table. What a spread! Wait, I have to get drinks too. Fuck, my hands are already full. You got everything? Don't got drinks? We could always do a return trip. I guess. Hey, is this what Lucy would want? Honestly, man, you could probably get her to eat a rock if you told her it came from a cow. I see. Nasser starts heading back to where we left the other two. He suddenly stops halfway through, and I have to catch myself from dropping the plates. Here comes the drama. It's a prom episode. What did you think it was going to be? A completely smooth sailing evening? God, I don't like prom episodes.
Just as I thought.
What's that?
After this show, nothing hurts.
That helps, though. What's wrong? Nasser gestures forward. Me in 10 minutes. Naomi is attempting to talk to Lucy, overwhelming her with questions. Lucy's looking on edge. I should probably intervene quick. That dress is very nice, Lucy. We should go out together clothes shopping sometime. Oh, come on. You're needing new friends right now, right? Why don't we? Hey, we're back, and we have food. Naomi turns her attention to the plates Nasser and I are carrying. Oh, Nasser, did you get the sukiyaki? Really? Kappamaki, sukiyaki, and you're entirely intending on just eating Japanese, while you've themed this whole thing as like Japanese, just Chinese, and you didn't even have the audacity to go out and ask the local buffet star to cater the place? Oh, I guess I forgot. Your species is essentially Japanese, Chinese, one of these. Okay, so they're... Huh. Fair enough. Guess I forgot. Sorry, I'll go run and get it. Oh, that's fine. I was getting to be friends with Lucy, and she is losing it. Meow. Lucy pushes herself away from the table and strides away. Oh? I leave the plate behind and chase after her. And Nasser's not having a great time. Lucy has retreated to a back corner of the gym. I just can't, Anan. I'm a little too... Then don't. God, I'm doing it again. Everyone just wants to have a good time and I'm ruining everything. It's alright. I caught a glimpse of Nasser and Naomi away at their seat, enjoying themselves. I think Lucy saw the same thing because she snapped back to me and wrapped her arms around my waist. You know what? No need to be upset. Nasser and Naomi aren't my prom dates. Just you. She breathes in and lets out a comforting sigh. I looked around for any witnesses, feeling very smug. But that suit does kind of stink. Confidence shattered. Oh, there you two are. The principal strides over to us, signing off a few papers on a clipboard he has. Lucy, there you are. That surprise you wanted is about ready. Oh? Surprise? Yeah, the one you filled papers for a few weeks back. Trish? Naomi? Please do not tell me we're going to, what is it, Annabelle this? It is Annabelle, right? Even if I'm getting the name absolutely wrong, you know what I'm talking about. Don't think that was the name, but I get it. Yeah. Everything's ready for it? Is the surprise you were giving an opera number? I'm on a pretty tight schedule tonight, Anon. I don't have a lot of time for jokes. Follow me. Spears leads us around the crowd behind the temporary stage set up at the other end of the gym. Ah, crap. It's gonna It's going to completely bother me that I'm getting this reference wrong. I'm glad that glad I was able to communicate enough to know that people know what I'm talking about, but it's going to completely lose my mind. You signed up for something? I don't think so. All right, you're on in 10 or so minutes. Lucy freezes. On? Okay. Surprise! Trish. Oh no, oh no. Trish, Rosa, and Stella are carrying around various instruments and equipment. Trish is visibly exhausted and stressed. And Lucy is aghast. I'll leave you to it. You'll get in after Reed's done with his DJ bit. I think that's the most characters we've seen on screen at any given time. 6. What the hell is this? So, Fang? Fang, we get to play at the prom. We have all the instruments ready. I brought in a regular guitar for you to play. I don't mind. The fact that you're phrasing it that way shows that you still haven't changed. We can play whatever you want. What do you say? Lucy is completely catatonic by this point, unable to respond, and I don't blame her. What? Oh, Anon, didn't see you there. You look less lurky with a suit on, let me tell you. You came with Fang? That's sweet. Still not paying attention. But what I can see of Rosa's dress is actually very nice, too. Actually, very much fits that sort of... fits the, Latina style as well. Rosa's best girl even with dresses. Well, to be fair, I haven't seen her in anything other than a dress. So, yeah. Reed's also coming. I don't know if he'll manage the costume, but he'll play the drums. What do you say? Whose idea was this? Oh, it was a group effort. We're here to help, right? We've noticed Lucy's been struggling by herself. The expectant stares of the trio snap Lucy from her stupor. She flinches a bit, then bolts out of the backstage area. Rosa and Stella look as they're only now just thinking this was a bad idea. Trisha's smile melts from her face. What were you thinking? Eh? Anon, please tell me, is Fang fine? She was fine, Trish. Now look what you've done. Trish tries to leave, but I manage to grab her shoulder. Where do you think you're going? I'm just now noticing the tail jewelry. I'm going after her. Press H to hide box. Oh, that's fair. Well, now the difference is there. Yeah. Rosa's dress is pretty nice. Stella's is simple, elegant. Trish is definitely Trish. That low cut definitely was probably what I should have expected. The tail is something that I didn't expect, though. Wait, Anon. Damn it, Rosa pulls my arm free, letting Trish run after Lucy. Let them solve this. I'm sure Lucy's at the point where she can deal with this. Oh, this is going to turn into a dino cat fight. Was the horror movie actually Lucy? No, that's a different movie. Nah, anyway. She most definitely is not Rosa. God damn it, why'd you have to pull this stunt today of all days? Couldn't you have tried this bullshit any other time? Carrie! That's the Carrie! Yes, it is Carrie! Damn it! What? Took forever to remember that. Thanks, memes. Whoa! Whoa! Ooh, boy. I really should go see a chiropractor. Are these Tory gates out of balloons? The theming of this... Yes, also, apparently... The lanterns spell out a certain event that didn't happen in China. This is kanji, isn't it? This is probably... This makes a lot of sense. It's just making more sense. This is just somebody be... Something with a Tiananmen Square. That did happen in China, though. Or was that... Or did it? Ah, no, that was Hong Kong, wasn't it? Yeah, that Tiananmen... I'm gonna stop talking before I completely get my history wrong. The joke is that it didn't happen because CCP. Well, that is a joke. That's also true. That being said, though, the combination of Chinese and Japanese is... It makes a lot of sense. I mean, who put this together? The guys in charge of Assassin's Creed Shadows? Couldn't you try this bullshit any other time? What are you to say that I didn't? I've been talking to Lucy for a while, trying to get her to make amends with Trish. Huh? She never told me. I drew her the world and the sun. Past this night, she'll achieve completion, fulfillment. It's a good thing, Anan. For your sake, I hope they were upright. Does it matter if they're upright? What do you mean? The fact that Anan somehow knows about that, and that I know about how tarot cards work, tells you a number of things. Never underestimate how good some of these can be for add a little extra flair to some D&D stuff. I don't believe in I don't believe the shit about it, but some interesting narrative stuff. Actually, what else? Also got a few of these as well. These actually came in a... These ones came in a special edition of Persona Q. Anyway. What do you mean? I flipped the cards after I got back from the bathroom. Rosa, what did you do? I peeked. The world was upside down, so I fixed it. The world reversed. Anan, go get Fang. No need to tell me that. I leave the incompetent bunch behind to look for Lucy. Is that important, Stella? I thought it was just for play. Oh no, it's deathly important if you give a crap about it. Back in the gymnasium, I find Lucy huddled in a corner. Her hands are on her head as she tries to block out Trish. Trish, for her part, is only shouting even louder, refusing to listen as always. Loud enough for me to hear as I make my way to my girlfriend. You never thought about me all this time? Seriously, say something! Trish, I can't even look at you anymore. Why? It's still what I... excuse me. Is it still what I said? I accept you and Anan. Seriously. You and him are cute together or something. I didn't mean any of what I said about you two. It wasn't just that. It was everything else. Shit you didn't said, making me question years of my life. What are you talking about, Fang? Come on, let's play. This will be Verm Drama's biggest show to date. I don't want to. Come on, let's go. No. Trish. Trish! My shout shocks the desperate Triceratops away from you, Lucy. I glower as she turns a sickeningly sweet smile towards me. Hang on, I gotta see what It's a very interesting piece of jewelry on her tail. Anon, if I did or said anything that hurt you, then I'm sorry. But please tell Fang I'm sorry too. This isn't right. I hear footsteps behind me, and I already know it's the rest of the loser patrol without looking. Lucy, you have to give Trish one more chance. If you're not going to do it for her, then at least do it for me. Please, Lucy, you need to hear her out. Me and Reed missed us. Together, shooting the shit, playing songs, making fun of Nasser. No! Fuck off! Lucy. Come on. Guys, you're overwhelming her. Back off for a sec. Stay out of this! I'm intrinsically involved in this, Trish. And you can't stop that. Rosa, Stella, take a look around at this current situation. Once you realize what you're doing, please just leave us alone and don't bother us for the rest of the night. The two shut up and sheepishly back away a few steps. What? Are you two flaking on me as well? Trish, I'm thinking Anon's right here. We shouldn't be intruding on their special night. Yeah, my reading was wrong, so... I can't believe you two! Fang, we're playing now. I'm not asking again. She takes hold of Lucy's forearm and moves to take her back to the stage by force. What? Hey, Rosa! What? Rosa, hey! Rosa blocks her way long enough for me to grab her wrist. Trish glares at me with murderous intent. Try again another time. I guess that's it then. Maybe 3? Or would 3 be like some sort of neutral ground? Well, 3 would be neutral. Never. Lucy, are you alright? Yeah. I think I need to get away from the crowd. I wave off Stella and Rosa and lead Lucy away into the hallway. We find another corner near the bathrooms, unpopulated aside from a few passing students passing by for smokes. Lucy looks like her entire world has crumbled. Are you alright? Let me help you. Anon, please. I just want to move past it. Okay then. I don't want to see or talk to anyone anymore. Not even Rosa or Stella. Just us. I just want to see you. Only you. It's alright. You won't see anyone else anymore tonight. Lucy's chuckle is choked back as she offers me a strained smile. There, I did it again. I ruined everything for everyone again. You just got overwhelmed. That's at least was an understandable emotion. How do I respond to that? None of this is your fault. She sighs. I need to go to the bathroom. It's okay. I'll go get some water or something while you're in. Won't take a minute. Yeah, sure. Or was this... I've been questioning the entire time this whole thing, and I'm reading dark out of this. Okay. I watch her enter the restroom and re-enter the gym. Think there's lemonade and stuff by the food tables. Hey, you! Raptor, Jesus, on his cross of rock, give me strength. Alright, neutral expression. Hey. Is Fang okay? No. Tell me about Fang. Are they happy? I'd say so. She and Nasser are on speaking terms. Did Fang ever say anything about me? Would they ever forgive me? Look, Trish, this shit, it ends now. She said she would have constant nightmares of you wanting to talk to her. Maybe this could have been sorted out, but not today. You're doing more harm by staying here, though. I advise you steer clear of her for now. Trish is getting teary. I better shut up now. It's okay, tell Fat Lucy I only want her to be happy. I won't be a bother anymore. She'll never see or hear from me again. I told Spears to cancel the performance. I'm going home. Maybe there will be another chance sometime. Maybe. Hopefully, if not the dark I'm feeling isn't gonna happen. Bye, Anon. She left. Oh well. I get the drinks and return to Lucy. No dark! Me being the pessimist I am. She downs the whole glass in one shot. You good? Yeah. Fuck. Splashing your face with water works wonders. I'm good to go. I look at the crowd gathering around the stage. Principal Spears moves to the podium set there and taps on the microphone. Yeah, good to go. Speaking of, I, want to get some fresh air. Finally, I see a real smile from Lucy. Yeah, fresh air sounds pretty good right now. I hold my hand out and Lucy's hand links with it. I'm just never gonna stop doing that as I just scoot out of this frame. Walking out of the stuffy gymnasium, we're met with the cooling evening air. I feel all the tension leave my body as Lucy's body presses close to my side. Cold? A little. I'm, not used to wearing these things. My hand leaves hers. Before Lucy can balk, I wrap my arm around her. How's this? I can one-up this. Right, wings. Her wings wrap around both of us as a feathered cloak of warmth. You want me to call a taxi or something? Nah, we can walk home. It's a 15 walk to her neighborhood, which is filled with comfortable silence for most of the way. I guess Lucy is as glad as I am to put everything that happened tonight behind us. As we round the corner past the bus stop, I let out an audible groan as my eyes land on a particular cart. It's the hot dog vendor, isn't it? The same hot dog vendor from before! Hey! Illuminated under a streetlight in the same spot. She notices us almost immediately and begins wildly waving. Does she know you? I shrug and shake my head as we continue to approach the vendor. Well, if it isn't my favorite Skinny, and you brought your lady friend. It's like 10 at night. You can't get that many customers this late, right? Hey, you're here, aren't you? Now, what can I get for you two lovebirds? Nothing says date night like some steaming hot Franks. I think we're good. We're just on our way back, and... Fang's face glows bright red as she grasps her stomach. Never had a chance to eat all that food you got her at the beginning of the scene. We left before we could eat, didn't we? Oops. Well, nobody ever misses prom food, right? Prom? Oh man, I was the life of the party at mine. Tell me you kids got Reef City's dumb mascot. We shake our heads. What? You at least spiked the punch, right? More shaking. Seriously? Please tell me you egged the principal's car. No, we, got into a fight. The vendor winces, but just as quickly puts on her smile. Oh, that's a bummer. You know, prom was where I discovered hot dogs were my true calling. They could be yours too, you know. Right. I don't think it will be. Look, can we just, get some food? Our night's been a fucking wash. Night's still young, though. I listen to the sizzling meat as we wait. Look, kids, prom, it's not that special if you ask me. What makes something special is on you. For me, I think back to the shit I can actually remember. Carf's a hell of a drug. I'm getting off topic. The point is, the night isn't over yet. Related to Reed in any way? She motions to the table for us to sit at. Enjoy your dogs. Think about something to do with the rest of your night. Make it something worth remembering. I'm gonna start packing up for the night, though, so that's enough chatter for me. Thanks. Whoop. Lucy and I sit at the plastic folding table with our artery-clogging grease tubes. They're good, though. Dad grills these sometimes, but I've never had one that wasn't just ketchup and mustard. Actually, I can't even tell what's all on this. There's so much junk dumped on. Oh, they're just plain chili cheese dogs. Been a hot minute since I had one. Figured why not? She made a good point. What should we do with the rest of the night? Lucy chews contemplatively. Not sure if she heard me or is giving a silent review. Never mock a chili cheese dog. Whatever we do, I want to get out of this dress first. It's freezing. Think your dad will let us watch some movies or something? Dunno, maybe. We only have cop movies and hunting documentaries, though. I'm down for it. After finishing, we wave goodbye to the vendor and start down Lucy's neighborhood. Oddly enough, there's no cars in the driveway when we arrive. Your folks get groceries this late at night? They probably took the opportunity to go on a date themselves. Don't remember the last time they took the occasion, though. Been maybe 3 years? Lucy kicks over a rock in the walkway and gets the tea caped under it. Tea caped. Spoonerisms continue, don't they? Your parents put it there instead of under the doormat? Nah, I put this here. They don't know about it. Got kicked out for the night one too many times. You find your way back in on your own. Lucy stretches when we walk in. I'll change back into normal clothes. Hang here a while, okay? Yeah. I nearly sit in my normal place on the couch when I notice the armchair. The now vacant armchair. Don't. That's for Lucy's dad only. Don't.
Oh, terrific, terrific, wonderful.
Say, is your friend the avocado here some kind of professional critic?
Nah, he's just unemployed.
You should go to work. Try to make something of yourself.
Oh, like what?
Guacamole.
I'm getting a lot of repeats on that. Oh, how it calls to me. Do not. He did. Phew, that's better.
Why do we always come here?
I guess we'll never know.
It's like a kind of torture to
You'll have to watch the show.
Anan? Lucy, what are you doing up this late at night? You better not be listening to that ratchet again. Oh my god. Anan, get out of there before you leave your scent. Scent? You can't be serious. Hey, it's your head on the line. Nasser sat there once and he ended up with a new scar. Suddenly, I find myself seated in my normal spot after all. Think they actually are on a date. If that...
Every show, Statler and Waldorf sit up here. Show after show after show. Now I see why.
You see why they come?
No, I see why they left.
Oh,
If that's the case, the house is ours for at least an hour. Oh, sweet. We're gonna raid your dad's liquor cabinet then? He doesn't have one. Mom won't let him. Damn it, he really is whipped. So, movie night then? Well, I was thinking... Lucy took hold of the coffee table in the middle of the room and started pushing it aside. Oh, hello. Why are you doing that? With the living room now more open, Lucy approaches an antique stereo in the corner. Oh, even better. I was really looking forward to dancing with you tonight, Anand. Double damn it. Thought I'd managed to get out of that. With the look in Lucy's eyes, I nod my head. Yes, I've always wanted to try out Mom's lights. The music playing from the stereo sounds positively ancient.
I thought for once the show really caught fire.
I thought it burned itself out, same as always.
Probably one of her parents' CDs, if it even uses CDs. If it's that ancient, it's probably a record player, maybe even a tape, or a tape player. Wait, what was that about lights? Lucy practically skips to the light switch and dims them. She then flicks a hidden switch that casts the room in a hazy violet glow. Yo! Whoa! The lights on Lucy are part of a theory for dinos where UV light would reveal some neat patterns. That is interesting. I've never heard that one before. And frankly, it's kind of trippy. Which makes me think that it's actually a record player with something from the 60s or 70s. Groovy, man. Absolutely groovy. Wow. Like what you see? She turns back to me, and the anticipation in her eyes makes me feel more nervous. Shit, I just remembered. Just so you know, I can't dance. And I mean, I really can't dance. Like quadriplegic with Down syndrome can't dance. But, yes, I've been waiting since forever. Her hand clasps mine, and Lucy doesn't even seem bothered at all with how moist my palms are. We move to the impromptu dance floor hand in hand until we manage to find an open space. Right, okay, like this? Right hand on her hip, I think. I try to take her right hand with my left, but Lucy shakes her head. Both of her arms wrap loosely around my neck. Lucy's body is pressed against mine, the contours of her lithe frame fitting very well with mine. Oh hey, those alarms aren't broken! My left hand lands on her hip too low, and now I can't stop thinking how Lucy molds against my body near perfectly. Just follow my lead, okay? Mom gave me some lessons. I nod stiffly. Lucy mutters a 1-2 count before taking a step back. My right foot follows and lands on her toes. Sorry. No, don't worry. Just, slowly, okay? Yeah, okay. Lucy repeats the step back, and I step forward and manage somehow. She then steps to the side, and I try to follow. Our awkward steps continue like this. A couple successful steps, and then I ruin it with her heavy step on her dainty toes. But slowly those failures are less and less common. By the third song, Lucy and I are finally managing a basic waltz. As the night goes on, the dance becomes more natural.
You know, I'm really gonna enjoy it tonight.
This is the third or
You
fourth
plan
time
to
we've
like
gotten
this
that one.
show?
No, I plan to watch television.
In the light of the various strobes, I'm able to relish the moment being this close, face to face. Whenever one of the lights passes directly through her eyes, they glow with the luster of cut amber, and her diamond pupils soften. There's no one else in the room right now, just us. And Fang's parents. You think it's going well? What? Our prom night. It didn't go as planned, but I like where it's taken us. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else right now. Me neither.
You know, I think they were trying to make a point with that sketch.
What's the point?
You're right. Forget it.
The last song slowly fades away, leaving us in a comfortable silence in each other's arms. Under the black lights, I can fully take in Lucy's beauty. I felt humbled that she considered this horrible night to have still gone well. Lucy's eyes became lidded as she leans in towards my face. 3. I meet her halfway, our mouths melding together. 2. For all that happened tonight, and Lucy still enjoyed it. 1. Three months later. Ow! 8 months since I first joined Volcano High, and it felt like just yesterday. The sun bears down on us in an atmosphere that's more water than air. Somehow I feel like I'm the only one feeling the heat right now. June, July... May, June, July... Why are they in August? Alright. Well, that explains why it's so hot. But the jacket stays on. Nasser finally took a day off from his part-time job working for Grub Club, so the three of us went off to the park for something of a picnic. Grub Club. He really wanted Lucy's parents to come in and give Anon his comeuppance. I was like, kinda? Or at the very least, you have a cute little scene of, you know, Lucy having her parents just standing there watching it, being like just enjoying and having a nice little moment of reminiscent before going off on them. Or you just have that moment of nearly going off and then then either like some sort of understanding or resignation, and it all just sort of like ended well, even though everybody recognizes that it could have ended poorly. I don't know. Yeah, it's just the things I think about. Anywho, something of a picnic. I will not make the delivery dance. Anon, stop asking me to do it. At least tell me how often customers ransom your tips for it. Too often. Now, stop asking. Lucy tosses a forkful of the chili cheese fries on Nasser's shirt. He jumps immediately to his napkin to wipe it off. No! Relax, you're wearing another anyway. How and why, I still don't know. It's for conditioning. Can't stop my training routine even in the off-season. Wait, what? Okay, so maybe he's just wearing it for, like, whatever. Naomi isn't even here leering over you like always. I'm dying here in just one jacket. How are you even alive? Well, my skin is plate. I toss over a fork of fries in the other half of his shirt. Lucy offers me a fist bump while he recoils with half-finished expletives. I down the rest of my soda to keep me alive and look down at my plate. Not really that hungry anymore. Should just toss. Hey, whoa, don't finish that thought. Gimme. I shuffle my plate to him and rest my elbows on the picnic table. A familiar voice, chock full of cheeky energy, alerts me to her and her food cart's arrival. Well, if it isn't my favorite high school sweethearts. Haven't seen the two of you in quite a spell now. And how are you doing? What you been up to since graduation? Oh, you know, the usual. Charting the future as an adult, trying to figure out what to do for a living, stuff like that. The more you think about it, the more daunting it becomes. You just gotta let go of your expectations and see where life takes you. Lucy makes it sound worse than it is. We've only been out of school for like 3 months. Only 3 months? Gosh, I could have sworn a lot more time had passed since then. Now that's something I can wholly agree with. These last few months have felt like years to me, both in good and bad ways. So, you two have any plans now that you're both adults? The vendor's words, without realizing it, strike a very specific and very sore chord with Lucy. She suddenly wraps her arms around herself and shuts her eyes. Before I can move to reassure Lucy, the street vendor notices the error of her words. Oh, what's wrong, Shug? Was it something I said? No, it's nothing. The street vendor gives Lucy a raised-eyed look. Now, Shug, I can tell when someone's upset, and you, right now, are upset. So what's got you down all of a sudden? Lucy hesitates on hearing the words. She takes a second to seemingly think about what she'll say next before letting out a sigh. It's just, things are changing so quickly, and it feels like I'm losing everything that I've come to love recently. Lucy shoots me a loving gaze before returning her attention to the street vendor. There's also the fact that I'll be so alone. You? Alone? What about that hunk of a boyfriend standing right next to you right now? I do my best to try and hide the blush that's no doubt forming on my cheeks. Lucy lets out another sigh, this one more on the frustrated side. I'm actually leaving tomorrow. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to, join the military. I hadn't wanted to bring this up here, on the last date with Lucy and I could have. Yeah, he'll be gone, and I cut off contact with some people. You fell out with your old friends. Lucy gives the street vendor a sad nod. I don't really have any plans for the future. They always seem to change, and I could never decide. The street vendor gives my girlfriend a soft, understanding look as she places down her tongs and walks around her food cart so that she's standing side by side with Lucy. Almost ran out of breath with that one. I lost contact with my old high school friends as well, so don't go thinking anything's your fault. From what I see here, you still have what's most important. She gestures to me and then to Nasser, who looks up from the remains of my leftovers like a deer being caught in the headlights. You got those from Berta, right? You know she put sawdust in the fryer to save money. I've heard a number of shady things that street vendors do. Sawdust in the fryer. That's a new one. What a look. Anyway, don't fret about friends or people you've lost along the way. I know it can be hard, but that's not the end of the world. You still have your health, you still have your youth, you still have your family. The street vendor turns her gaze back to me and gives me a smile. You haven't managed to scare me off all these years. Why'd I stop now? Oh, look at me getting all sentimental like I'm my grandma. I shouldn't be gushing like this. Your situation is probably much more complex than I think. No, that helps. You're right. And Nasser's off. I still have lots of people here for me. The street vendor seems satisfied with the answer. Don't get distracted by the what-ifs, the should-haves, and the if-onlys. Only the things that you choose for yourself are the truth of your world. The street vendor gives Lucy a pat on the shoulder before returning to the helm of her food cart, which she wheels around with surprising dexterity. Hey, if you ever feel alone and need to chew someone's ear off with your woes, me and my delicious hot dogs are always available. Meow. Without another word, the street vendor walks away in search of other customers to cater to, leaving me and Lucy to absorb her sagely advice. Before either of us can truly process what had just happened, Nasser walks up to us, all the while wiping his hands and mouth with the napkin. So, you guys ready to go? I gave Lucy a glance. She returns it somewhat somberly. Yes. And back in the NASCAR. Nasser drives us back to my place in relative silence. He stops in front of my block and unlocks the doors. See you tomorrow, man. Yeah. Well, enjoy your last night together. Lucy and I step out of the car and he speeds away like normal. I've already shipped everything important back home and donated the books. Even the TV's gone. All that remains, the basic commodities the place came with. But with Lucy here, it doesn't feel nearly as depressing as it thought it'd be. She must have heard this as he pressed closer to me, her head resting on my shoulder. I can rent a movie on my phone for tonight. That sound like... I can rent a movie on my phone for tonight. That sound like a plan? Actually, I wanted to look back through the pictures we took together. I nod in response. Yep. We curl together on my bed, staring at Lucy's phone app boot up. The summer was well spent. Lucy and I got to go all over town. A well-documented series of escapades, from local farmers markets to a guided tour through a docked warship. Ooh, sounds fun. Lucy and I share frequent quips and anecdotes about our experiences.
What? Wake me when the show starts.
It's already been on a while.
Wake me when it's over.
Eventually, the timeline goes back far enough for some familiar faces to start showing up. Unwelcome familiar faces that quickly get swiped past. As we keep swiping past older photos, I can see something in Lucy's eyes. I find it hard to describe, a mix of sorrow and longing and something I can't put my finger on. Lucy? My interjection snaps her out of her mood, and she sets her phone down gently on the empty computer desk. Sorry, Her eyes linger on the cellular device. I have at least 2 other phones with pictures in them. I don't think I'll ever look through those now. Or maybe I'll do it when I really feel like letting go was the best decision. Lucy casts her gaze around the barren room. It's not really fair to delete them, though. I could just forget about them. I'm good at forgetting things on demand. I take her hand and give it a reassuring squeeze. Lucy sighs, and her exhaled breath seems to expel her mood. I look at the clock and nearly jump. We've been looking at all those pictures for a long time. Long enough that hunger once again finds us. I wouldn't leave my phone on the low of a battery. On that low of a battery. Yeah. It depends on how long I've been using it and how much that day. I move to the kitchen and look through my mini fridge. There isn't much left, just some green onions, a few pieces of beef, 5 eggs. Well, that's enough for some decent steak and eggs anyway. Meanwhile, Lucy looks through my pantry and cupboards for anything else to cook. After a minute of searching, she comes up with 2 cups of Pakiman ramen, just a week shy of their expiration dates. I've discovered a new recipe. Was Final Fantasy 15 that era? So I recognize that reference. Meal prep doesn't take too long for 2 adults. It isn't the most filling of dinners, but it would hold us over quite nicely until morning. With our feast finished and with nothing else to do now that all my stuff is packed and shipped off to Rock Bottom, Lucy and I just returned to my bed. I close my eyes for a bit, trying to get lost in my girlfriend's warm embrace. Suddenly, I feel a jab in my ribs. I look down at Lucy, who's poking at my chest. Lucy, what are you doing? Oh, just making sure. Making sure of what? You know, that you're all healed up. Lucy, it's been 5.5 months since the accident. I think I'm pretty healed by this point. Lucy doesn't stop poking me. If anything, she increases the ferocity of her pokes, going not just for my chest, but also my stomach and my armpits. Lucy, cut it out! I try to be stoic, but I can't help but giggle as Lucy turns into a literal tickle monster. I decide to return the favor by also poking at her, starting with her stomach and gradually moving up to her chest and armpits. Finally, I hover a finger over her snoot, a mischievous grin spreading over my lips. Anon, don't you dare. I let out a giggle as I poke her snoot. Boop. God damn it. That seems to do it, and Lucy pulls me closer to her, wrapping me in a tight and warm hug. I return the embrace, tempted to resume my tickling assault, but far too comfortable in my Taro GF's embrace to care about anything else in the world. As our laughter dies down, it comes to my mind that this might be the last time I get to hold her like this. I'm going into the army tomorrow. Well, it's not for forever. I'm going to get shipped off to Raptor Jesus knows where, and there's a good chance I might not be coming back. Where the fuck do you think this is? Like, I don't know anything about the world of this thing, but what sort of... whatever. It brings my situation into a somber light. I double my embrace on Lucy, the more primal part of my mind unwilling to let go of her. I raise her up and press my head against her chest. Oh, hey, look, Anon did the title drop by booping her snoot. It's a Snoot Game, after all. Her heartbeat greets me. Hmm? It is soft, yet hastened, like it's trying so desperately to come off as calm and relaxed when it knows what terrible future awaits. A heartbeat I may never again hear. It almost breaks my own heart. I can feel Lucy's hands trace along my shoulders and across my neck to cup my face. Ooh, excuse me. Her angelic hands ever so gently guide me to look into her eyes. She has a smile with a hint of mischief. Before I realize where this is going, her finger lands on my nose. Boop. Her smile widens to a playful grin, and I can't help but join in. Such a beautiful sight to behold. How can I resist? I inch closer, and our lips meet. Fade to black. All in all, it isn't that bad a night at all. I woke up absolutely spent. I'm covered in feathers, and Lucia's ambrosia scent hangs heavy over the bed sheets. Lucy's already awake, and she's bathed before me. Now she's rummaging through my fridge for whatever food we have left. Rather than waste time asking the obvious, I decide to hit the shower. As the water strips away last night's scents off me, I get to thinking how Lucy must be feeling right about now. I imagine what tomorrow will be like, not just for me, but also for Lucy. How suddenly she's about to have another big change thrust upon her life. The third or fourth one this year. From the non-binary thing, to the band, the betrayal, to finally having a human boyfriend, or a boyfriend at all, only to have him go so abruptly. I'm surprised she hasn't gone insane after all she's endured. I open the bathroom door and see Lucy sitting on my bed, staring blankly at her phone and swiping across messages. What's up? Nasser said he'll be here in about an hour. Knowing him, it'll probably take 40 minutes. $10 he lives, another set of skid marks on the road outside. I sit next to her on the bed. Yeah, what are you checking? Old messages and photos. You know, it's weird. There's not enough pictures of you in here. Hold on, let's fix that. This little derpy drawn smile. Lucy raises her phone and points its camera lens at me. Stop smiling, you look retarded. What? Alright, cool. We go silent again for maybe a minute or two. The overbearing silence is broken when Lucy lets out a heavy sigh. Do you really have to go? I can't help but let out a heavy sigh of my own. Today I'll get on a bus and it'll be a Michael Tarpit movie for a few years. Michael Tarpit, as opposed to Michael Bay? That's funny. I honestly never thought these last few months were ever gonna end. There's a heavy silence between Lucy and me for a few seconds. It still feels wrong to me, you know? That I'm still too new with this boyfriend stuff. That I'll never get the hang of it. That if only I had a few more months of practice, maybe I could be better at it. Very derpy smile. It doesn't help that Anand doesn't have eyes. Yeah. Lucy lets out a short snort. I mean, you're not that bad at it. Most of the time, anyway. I let out a single bitter chuckle. I must have been the single most boring guy you've ever dated. Lucy lightly punches me on the shoulder. That's bullshit and you know it. If anything, I'm the boring one. Lucy deflates as she grabs onto her right arm. Hey, it actually is a right arm. I mean, take away my spikes, wristbands, and stompers, what do you have? The wonderful girl that single-handedly changed my life? Huh? Goddamn mumbling. I, never really thought about it. I suppose you trying hard at being tough was endearing to me, at least when you weren't physically assaulting me. There was something else, though. I knew it when we were talking on the rooftop. I wish I knew what that was. Lucy cringed, her hands moving to cover her face. Emotions warred across her face as she tried to form coherent words. I can't stop wondering what you saw in me back then. And all this time we've been hanging out, I still can't comprehend why you stuck around with us. Me. I consider for a moment, and a memory smashes its way to the forefront of my thoughts. Glancing at her for a moment, the expression on her face reminds me of something. It was probably just leftover embarrassment from the concert, but she seemed to have a lost look on her face. Or maybe it was confusion. Or a mix of the two. Either way, there's something on her mind. I can't help but think that must be how I looked on my first day. I think I felt like you. Lucy stares at me pleadingly with those beautiful citrine eyes of hers. For the longest time, I didn't know who I really was or what I wanted to be. I tightened my grip on Lucy's hand and stared deep into her eyes. Lucy, whatever you'd want to do. Lucy, in response, glances away in what almost feels like shame. Almost instantly, I realize why. It was your idea! The two of us wanted so badly to avoid the subject, and yet here I was, dredging it up and twisting the metaphorical knife deeper into the wound. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring her up. Please, don't think about Trish that way. She's not at fault. I'm just a fucking idiot. Lucy, I just... forget that I have to walk on eggshells around certain topics. Lucy puffs her cheeks and jabs me in the ribs. Ow! Lucy crosses her arms and lets out a single scoff. Like I have to be careful when I catch you muttering, watching the newest season of Underage Panty Shot Quest and having war flashbacks fits through the night. Oh, Anon, what's wrong? Please stop crying because you remembered the projector incident. War flashbacks? I won't go to war for at least a month after I pass boot camp. Assuming I pass it, that is. What war is going on? Lucy raises an eyebrow. Rock bottom, war, Vietnam, you know what I'm saying. I moved on, okay? Just like how you... What war are you think? If this is... I suppose. I moved on, okay? Just like how you moved on from that non-binary liberal Trish militantism, right? Who said I did? Lucy unfolds her arms and puts her head in her hands. I didn't work out as a tough person. I didn't work out as a big musician. And I sure as hell didn't work out as a good girlfriend. Look at us. This whole thing with making everyone alive around me hell, testing the waters with identifying my gender, it was a complete disaster. You can't really compare the damage I did to myself to you jerking off to cartoons, okay? Lucy's eyes widen in horror as she facepalms and falls back on the bed. Fuck. I might have said too much. I already ruined our last day together with stories from when I was just a shit person. Lucy's eyes start to shimmer. Hey, it's fun to compare. I still like you, so I guess girls have it easier. Lucy picks herself up and gives me a narrow-eyed stare. You just like me? Her eyes droop and so do her shoulders. I'm not certain if she's serious. But suddenly she tosses herself into my arms. She puts her whole weight into her embrace, almost like she wants to tackle me. I try to hold us both upright, but the awkward angle and the unevenness of the bed eventually causes us both to fall back into it. The world really disappears when we're like this, something I'm infinitely glad for. Anon, do you like me better the way I was before? Or do you like me better for who I am now? I say my next words without hesitation. You are much better now. Not cutting weeds in my eyes and kicking me in the face. Though I guess you miss your old life. I must feel like a killjoy in comparison. Lucy slides her head over my shoulder and wraps her arms up from underneath me. I don't care about that. This is so much better. I don't like being forced to care about something I'm usually indifferent towards, or pay attention to what someone thinks is more important than what I'm already thinking about. I just want to figure it out on my own, you know? If you're talking about me wanting us to marathon Lucky Star, then fine, I'll stop. Lucy pulls away from our embrace just enough for me to see the red of her cheeks and tears streaking from her eyes. You fucking dork. and let out a small chuckle as I wipe away some of her tears. I just like seeing you ramble. You'll find stuff that interests you. Just do you, Lucy. Our foreheads touch. She grabs my face with both her hands, all the while looking at me like I'm the most precious thing in her life. All I want to do is bring her closer to me. I want to keep picking her apart her brain, become acquainted with every single corner of her mind, and still realize there's always something more to her. I love you, Lucy, so very, very much. Anan, I love you so very, very much.
Blasted mumbling.
Nasser somehow manages to defy our expectations by being late for once. But that's good, as it gives Lucy and I a chance to spend the next 10 minutes gathering the last of my belongings and trashing what I couldn't take. With the apartment cleaned and cleared, I leave the keys on the kitchen counter, sparing one last look at the place I called home for the last few months. As much as it sucked, the tiny excuse of a flat had been my sanctuary. Now that I was leaving it, a part of me felt like I was losing a friend. I try not to think too much about it as Lucy and I make our way outside. Nasser isn't here yet, so we end up standing by the apartment lobby with nothing but our thoughts. A part of me thanked Nasser for his lateness. It gave Lucy and I some more time together. Lucy's the first to speak up and break the silence between us. What am I going to do when you're gone? Lucy's words surprised me, but I'm ready with an answer this time. You'll make it, Lucy. You're the only smart person I know. Lucy gives me a deadpan look. I'm being serious here, Anan. So am I. You're capable of so much. Oof. Lucy bashfully turns her head away, appreciating the compliment. Thanks, but what about you? You barely survived the stairs. I can't help but roll my eyes at Lucy's words. Thanks for having so much faith in me. Subconsciously, I let out a sigh. I know you'll have plenty of fun getting back to your own life, especially since there's no semester in the fall to hold you back. Yeah, the mosh pits will not be as entertaining without you fumbling around awkwardly in them. I could do without them. You, on the other hand, seem eager to get back to that. What do you mean? Back to the mosh pits, meeting strange people, having fun, maybe going for that solo career I know that you can achieve. A sobering thought races to the forefront of my mind. We might not see each other again. The possibility that I don't want to hold you back or make you waste life waiting for me. Lucy got better, so I should too. But I'll never forget you, Lucy. Never. Lucy stirs just like she got stabbed in the heart. Fuck. That hurts like hell. It's not like that at all. She struggles to find the words, her beautiful face marred by her warring emotions. Lucy, it's okay. I take her hand gently in mine, which seems to settle her thoughts at last. At last, Lucy lets out a soft sigh. When I laid on you all that bunch of bullshit, when I opened up to you on the roof, my baggage, you thought the worst of me, didn't you? All the questionable and weird shit I must have done back then that resulted in me? And I thought I could be the better man and not judge you. That was still you, though, that I came to care for. It's all in the past, then. The painful tone in her voice makes my heart ache. Lucy, you're still you. She looks really conflicted on the inside, like she's been holding back something. Anan, Please, just know it doesn't matter now, alright? I hate what I did so much. I'm willing to pretend absolutely none of that happened. Her voice cuts out as she chews in her bottom lip. She's afraid her memories will be painful. But for me? That whole discovering myself quest that led me into talking and hanging around people like Trish? Her voice is a hiss, as if she's been spitting venom with these words. The gender pronoun shit? No wonder high school sucked. No one would ever come near me and stick around to see where it went. I was so shitty to everyone that didn't get it. And the people that begged me to be like them, they didn't care about me either. She growls, tears threaten to fall from her eyes. It was always a competition to see who had the worst baggage, and I always lost, because I never had it that bad. And I insisted so much on this thing. Lucy finally lets out a sob. Anon, I never wanted to dump all my baggage on you. It wasn't right. I draw her closer, my hand rubbing the space between her wings smoothly. Lucy, it's okay. You can let it all out. Lucy buries her face in my shirt and takes a deep breath. That thing I used to be, I never realized. It was so humiliating. Nasser might have known, and he suffered so much because of it. I think my parents also knew too, and I made them suffer so much for no real reason. Fuck. I was so blind to what I was doing to everyone around me for so long. And to think I was so convinced that being that thing would make me happy. Now, here, to be fair, I wouldn't go so far as to say thing, but yeah. But it was never meant to be. I really was just an ungrateful bitch. Lucy's hand squeezes mine as tight as she can muster, causing some discomfort. At last, she leans her head back, offering me a watery smile. I accept it, though. She needs this. I look deeply into Lucy's citrine eyes, returning my most comforting smile back. Before I can do anything with my girlfriend, I hear the sound of tires screeching and the roar of an engine. A familiar gray-toned car pulls right up next to us, stopping so abruptly that it leaves a set of skid marks. Lucy reaches into her pocket and pulls out a $10 bill. I motioned for her to keep it. Something told me that where I was going, I wouldn't be needing money. Soon as the car comes to a complete stop, its driver disembarks, all the while munching on the remains of a delectable-looking hot dog. Hey, sorry I'm late, guys. Decided to stop by Tracy's hot dog cart to get something to eat, but she took a bit longer than usual. Nasser chomps on the last of his meal and licks his fingers clean with a satisfied smile. Anyway, you two ready to go, or do you guys need a few more minutes? I look at the time on my phone. Much as I wanted time to stand still, the bus departing the boot camp would be leaving in less than an hour. I gave Fang one last look, and she in turn looks at me. We both know what needs to happen next. Doesn't make it any less painful. You know, I realized that earlier at the beginning of the game, the ultimatum was college or military. What's stopping you from going directly into the workforce, though? Not going to... Anyway. Without another word, Lucy and I get back in the back of the NASCAR. Nasser, without a moment of hesitation, floors the gas pedal and he flies off down Skin Row's small streets. A part of me bids my old neighborhood, shitty as it was, a final farewell. The drive towards the pickup spot is quiet. Not one of the three of us wants to say a word. 15 minutes of silent driving, and we arrive at my designated pickup location. The three of us get out of the NASCAR and stand around the bus stop, waiting for the inevitable. Meanwhile, I'm waiting for one last punchline, but it's probably not going to happen. Lucy mentioned needing to do something, heading into the office. The silence between Nasser and I is deafening. Nasser suddenly clears his throat. Listen, Anon. Yeah? You're gonna be gone for a while. Yeah. Yeah. So, rifleman or infantry or whatever it's called? Huh? What are they gonna make you do? Someone like digging ditches? Not to come off as rude as or anything. I sigh and shake my head. Well, screw this, I'm going home. At least he was starting to catch his poor words now. I mean, yeah, I'll be doing that too. But they had me take an ASVAB test. They want me to do some mechanical stuff. Oh, Army Corps of Engineers. Neat. I think the code was 12K, 19K. They were pushing me into being a tank guy. Can you even drive, dude? Anyway, I decided something more up my alley. It's kind of like shit posting, but more official, I think. Intelligence! Counterintelligence. Yeah, I failed. Yeah, I failed that test. What shit posting? Never mind. The number thing is 46R. Nasser nods his head and looks off. Before the silence could set in again, Nasser speaks up, his voice carrying a tone of relief. Essentially propaganda. Nice. Counterintelligence. Perfect. I've been meaning to say for a while. Thanks, Anon. I mean it. I didn't know what I was doing for a while. If you didn't take the hit and get us together at Moe's, I'd still be feeling sorry for myself like some loser. Honestly, I'd still be that scared little kid stressing over being something I didn't need to be. I didn't do much at all. It was Moe and Rosa, really. It was you and Lucy that patched things up. I'm glad you guys made amends. Nasser gives me a surprised look, but he smiles and nods. We hear the unmistakable roar of a city bus overpowering the other cars as it turns onto the street. It's still a few lights away, though, so Nasser gets back in the driver's seat to leave Lucy and I alone. Lucy had come back at some point. I was kind of happy she had kept quiet to give me and Nasser our moment. All this time, we avoided saying goodbye to each other, but eventually it has to happen. Lucy? Anon? A horrifying, tugging pain hits me in the chest. You'll be fine while I'm gone, right? Yeah. Seriously, I have no idea what's going to happen to her. I reprehend any thought that something bad might happen to her. But still, can you promise me that if I do see you again, that you'll be a better person? Us both. Better persons. Okay. I'll be a better person. But you have to promise me something too. That you'll come back. I mutter. Okay. She mutters. Okay. Good. It's settled then. We hugged once again, but she put some serious muscle into it. I reciprocate. I want to feel the imprint of this embrace for hours. Her heart's racing. Stronger. The bus driver grows impatient and starts honking. The time has come. Sure enough, I was still feeling Lucy's hug after we separated. Nasser rolls down the window of the car. Good luck, man. Same, man. I gripped his hand. He squeezed my hand in return and then recoiled. My grip was stronger than he was anticipating. I got inside and waved back at them. I gave the driver my regards and laid back, looking at my feet. I must have thought about a lot of things then. Like, what if I just jumped out the window and ran to her? Or if I would die and never see her again like that green Snoot music video. I looked back and see if I could still get a glimpse of her. My eyes frantically searched the small figures, and there she was. I caught her mid-motion, crying in Nasser's shoulders. Okay. I was waiting for a punchline, and I think there it is. This is... What is this? Someone just poured this crudely sketched a tail and dino head on this poor sap. Oh, that's hilarious. And then the bus rounds a corner, and they're gone. Vanished from each other's lives. I was dropped at a hotel with the other dudes. A surprisingly diverse crowd of humans and dinosaurs conversed. We waited there for another bus that took us to an airport. I think I might have slept as soon as I sat in the airplane seat, because I don't remember the takeoff or the drill. I was fortunate enough to get a seat by the window. I flipped it up and saw a desert with a 2-lane road cutting through. I don't even know where I am now, only that I'm nowhere near Lucy. God, I hope I see her again. 3 years later. Vol Caldera Bluffs, my new duty station. Recruiting teens to suffer just like I did. Good times, good times. With my rucksack on my back and a cheap rolling case on my side, I make my way back down to my old stomping ground for some cheap living. 3 years. I wonder if Lucy still lives here. There's new buildings in the Galleria, not to mention it's gotten even more labyrinthine. The sun reflecting off the mirror-polished windows are baking me alive in my JDUs. Thinking back, I think there's a park nearby that has a decent vending machine. Mentally retracing my steps from my senior year, I managed to find the park. Looks like they're holding some kind of festival, with all the booths set up and Tyranno tykes running around. There's an unoccupied picnic bench, miraculously, so I set my heavy bags carrying my entire life down and pop open my water bottle. Hey, he filled out! Sitting here, I can't help but reminisce about the last time I was here. There's an awful lot I left behind here. Like my high school sweetheart. The dicks in my old platoon never did believe me. Then again, I didn't want to show that photo album her mom gifted me. Raptor, Jesus, I miss her. I wonder if she remembers that promise. Anon? I look up to see a pterodactyl in a floral print dress running full tilt toward me. Anon, you remembered! That's not exactly floral print, but sure. What? I stand up and prepare to take her down. I am poorly prepared, however. She lunges at me, and before I think to grab my cheap-ass cabar, her beak mashes roughly against my lips. What? I curse my instincts, and my hand reflexively hold my amorous attacker by her hips. Wait. I pull back, both for air and to figure out if this is who I think it is and not some well-dressed sexual harassing lady hobo. There's the joke! Lucy? You remembered our promise! Oh, you're getting too high up there. Right. Yeah, the promise. That I'd come back and be with you. How could I forget? I finally have a chance to take Lucy in. Gone is the halter top, torn jeans, and spiky hornband. In their place, a simple golden sundress and a large red ribbon tied around her head crest, looking for the world like a pair of red bunny ears. Her hands remain on my shoulders, and I can see that she's checking me out now. I'm proud to say I'm no longer a lanklet, especially with how my uniform's blouse rolled up sleeves feel like they're cutting off the blood flow to my hands. You've really changed since I last saw you, Anon. I'm so glad you're safe after all these years. I got so worried for you. What if something happened overseas? What if you got lost or hurt? What if you never returned at all? Hey, have more faith in me. I still got all my limbs, right? I didn't get bruised too bad. Like, remember that time I fell down the stairs? I'm pretty indestructible, yeah? Maybe I'll wait before showing her my scars. Wow, you're pretty amazing. What have you been up to? Oh, I got my associates, and then... Miss Lucy! Fang shrugs. And then this. A little T-Rex runs up to the table. Miss Lucy! Miss Lucy! Now, Vince, there's no need to yell this close. She became a teacher. What's wrong? I was playing with Jared, and he said that the earthquakes happen when my mommy gets out of bed. Ooh, sick burn. Tell him it's not true. Tell him that his mom is a secret daddy she doesn't tell anyone about. Anon? Okay. Oh, no, you don't. Jared, get over here. After cleaning up the squabble, Lucy slumps over the picnic table again. Want me to get you a water bottle or something? No thanks, I had lemonade earlier. The fair's some annual town hunting celebration. This year the people in charge had extra funding. So today they're letting the local schools have a field trip here free of charge. Need another chaperone? I'd love to, but parents get really upset about this sort of thing. You have to be qualified and certified to look after these guys.
I need a child mining license, yeah? Pray bonkers, eh? Pray bonkers, yeah?
I chuckle around my own silly accent. Lucy giggles echo my mirth. Lucy's giggles slowly melt away and a trickling tear leaves from her eye. You're really back. Her arms wrap around me tightly, as if afraid I'll disappear at any moment. My hand rubs comforting circles across her back, soothing her. Yeah, I'm back, Lucy. I'm surprised you waited for me here. Of course. That promise means the world to me, Anon. We stay embraced in the hot sun for just a moment longer before I let go again. Lucy's gaze lingers on the children, her eyebrows knit together in contemplation. Look at them, Anon. Fang points towards the kids screaming and falling over each other. We were all like this at some point. Stupid? Yeah, no, I mean careless. Innocent. Suppose we were. She lets out a sigh. One day, they're gonna start thinking and doing all the wrong things that we thought and did when we were teenagers. I wish I could stop it from happening. They're perfect, just like this. Kids can be mean to each other. But not cruel. The world makes them cruel. Until then, they're free. We gotta protect their freedom. Save them from our mistakes. That's quite a statement to hear from her. You've changed. I think now would be a good time for a segue. I'm glad to see you're doing good. How's everyone else? Everyone else? You know, Nasher, Trish, Naomi, Reed, all those guys. Oh, Nasser went to medical school. She closes her eyes as though trying to recall a lost memory. I haven't seen Naomi, though. And the others? Haven't seen them since either. But you're here now. And now that you're back, I'm never letting you go again. I'm not going anywhere, sweet tooth. Lucy rolls her eyes. You know, if you had said that back then, I'd have hit you. Yeah, and then I just done it again because you're cute when you're annoyed. I guess we've both changed since then. Oh yeah? How so? I mean, when I first enrolled, I had every intention of laying low and not sticking out. I didn't care about making friends as long as it suited that goal. As long as I didn't get bullied anymore, I was glad to just blend in. Guess that plan fell apart. It did, yeah. I kind of blame you for that development. I made you care about people. You did. A few kids chase each other around the table. You get any break time today? I'd love to check out the town, see what else is different. I'd love to. I'll go ask. I might get a few minutes to step away. Yeah, and we can go back and check Volcano High again, for old time's sake. She freezes for a second. I'd rather not Volcano High. Too many bad memories. Fair enough. Lucy ended up getting the rest of the day off from her supervisors. I was surprised by how understanding they were once they saw me. They said I deserve it after a hard day's work. You do look exhausted dealing with the ankle biters. Not at all. Truth be told, Anan, I love doing what I do. Catching up with Lucy was the happiest I felt in years. The memories came rushing back as we walked under the hot sun. So, you don't know at all how Reed and Trish are doing? Oh! When was the last time I spoke with them? Hope Trish is alright. The two of you were friends for the longest time. I guess I didn't feel the need to see them again? Looking back, they were terrible influences. I guess so. And Stella and Rosa? Haven't seen them either. Seems weird, considering Rosa was such a help to us. Don't get me wrong, Anan. I love what Rosa did for me, Nasser and you, but I guess I just didn't need to see her anymore. I don't want to see anyone else for that matter. You must have had friends in the army, back at Rock Bottom, or even before that, right? They're gone from your life, too. There's nothing wrong with that. Haven't you looked for them? I don't want to. The scenery here seems familiar. Oh, this is my old path to school. Maybe I will get to see it after all. Let's turn away. To Moe's or somewhere. Oh, I wanted to see the school again, though. No, Anan. Seems like we just repeat each other. I get upset over nothing, and I apologize. Sorry, I just don't want to remember Volcano High. I did too much dumb stuff there, you know? I just want to forget all that happened. Moe's is fine, too. I do want to see how that fossil is doing. Actually, Moe retired. He sold his franchise. Oh, well, we can still go check it out. We're just gonna see Jerry? It took a while to get there, getting to be nearly 5 when we arrived at Moe's. We ordered our usual and picked a table. I can see the old piano in my peripheral vision. I've been asking so much about what you're doing now, but what happened while I was away? I remembered your promise. I tried improving myself, like, really tried. But things just kept getting difficult. For a while, I gave up. There were times I'd cry, would think back to when you were here, and I miss you so much. I don't want to worry with the details of what I did during that time, but I guess I realized something. All this time, I was a huge dick to my family. I realized things too much and I idealized things too much and lashed out at them for not being on the same page as me. I wanted to be a rock star, so I wanted them to behave a certain way. I think it would fit for that lifestyle. I was being unfair and unrealistic toward them. I wanted them to hate me, and somehow that was gonna further my career. Looked like it worked for a lot of famous people. I didn't want to make my family sad anymore, so I just did what I've always should have done and learned to love them. To thank them for all they did for me. So you kept playing. I'd love to see what else you'd composed over the years. I'm sure it's great. No, I just gave that up. What? Really? It was such a huge part of you. I didn't need it anymore. Plus, it reminded me too much of Trish. I've put away the instrument somewhere and never played anything ever again. Then what have you been doing all these years? Dad needed help at a charity event. He bought food and needed me to help him carry it around since Nasser was away in college. I thought it was just going to be a boring evening with a bunch of brats, but I saw something. I saw the children. They ran around me. They offered me toys to play with. I joined them. I lifted them from the ground. Some clung to my legs as I moved about. No one ever played with me like that. No one ever approached me like that. It was so pure, so innocent. Should have shown them a picture of you in your high school clothes. That would be hilarious. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with the children so much. I asked around in my church, and eventually I got a gig dealing with preschoolers. She looks so happy right now. I feel like I would ruin the mood to bring up Trish, Reed, and the others again. You know, part of me expected you to forget about the whole promise. That I'd come back and some lucky dino guy had already swept you off your feet. She just smiles and gives a small laugh. The amount of guys I had to tell that my boyfriend was just deployed and coming home soon. She begins stroking my hand on the table. Anan, I'd never forget about you or our promise. Part of me is glad that she's saying this to me, but I still have too many questions. It's weird because I know she's happy. She looks happy in her work, and she's glad I'm here. But something deflates the moment. I don't know what it is. I look towards the decorative piano Mo always had in the corner. Look, Fang, the piano. What about it? You think they'd let us play it? I don't know. It's probably out of tune. Might be worth a shot. Come on. But you can't play. Then you play. As we sit by the piano, I think she understands why I'm teasing her like that. I open the lid, and the keys look rather pristine. Anan, Her fingers lightly roll across the keys. She retracts herself. I haven't played in a long time. I don't know if I can still do it. I bet you still remember how to do it. She positions her hands just above the keys. I haven't done this in years. I don't even know which song to play. I want to see you play, that's all. I want to hear you after all this time away. All right. She gave out a sigh, but then... What to play? Her eyes seemed to glimmer for a moment. I know. Remember this? It was our song, remember? We made it together. I still got it. I always thought of this melody when I thought about you. Guess I never forgot how to do it. Thought I'd be rusty with the piano. You play beautifully. Thank you. I sit closer to Lucy. She rests her head on my shoulder. Her hands are still resting on the keys, eager to play again. You shouldn't have abandoned music. We talked about what we would do now, especially since it was getting dark outside and the streetlights were coming on. We walked our way back to where we started, near the park. I don't know, Anan. It's just so weird. A music teacher? I don't know, Fang. It could be cool if you tried. Fang is shivering, the colder air setting in. Here, this'll get you warmer. I draw Lucy close to my chest. She snuggles up to me. Thank you. She's precious. Being taller now, I guess the animal part of my brain is telling me to protect my smaller and more fragile mate. Little by little, I'll get you back to music, your friends. I'm sure it'll work out fine towards the end. Lucy stirs. She doesn't like the idea. Anan, please don't ask me to do that. I'm not ready. How are you not ready? I lied, Anan, okay? I lied. I disappointed you. I promised I would get better, but you're clearly not happy with how I turned out. Nonsense. You have no idea how proud I am of you. I'm still broken, Anan. I've even started preening again because I had no one. But remembering I promised you and Nasser I wouldn't do it anymore hurt even more so. But that was years ago. I swear, I tried getting better. Forgive me? I'm the one sighing this time. You wanted me to live my own life, but this great person you wanted me to be, yet I'm here doing menial church tasks and dealing with children? I've got no friends, no new songs, nothing going on for me. I know I needed to be a famous musician to make you happy. I know I needed to have forgiven Trish and the others, but it just didn't work out. I couldn't do it. I'm lonely, Anan. You're all that's left for me. You didn't need to be all that to be happy. I still think you're the best. Forget it, Lucy. What's done is done. We're here. That's all that matters. I embrace her. I could tell she was getting tense, but slowly she relaxes in my arms. When I said that we were being together was all that mattered, she hugged me back. I'm here. And I still can't believe it. Lucy is shaking with excitement in my arms now. I already am thinking of all the things we could do. Fuck, just knowing I won't see you until tomorrow already hurts me. I can take you to see Mom and Dad right now. We get a kick out of seeing you like this. Not right now. That would be too much for them to take in. And I have to unpack too. I got a little room in a motel for now. Would you like some help? I thought to deny her, but Lucy's eyes are pleading with me to say yes. I've got quite a bit. You sure, Lucy? All the more reason for me to help. All right then. My motel isn't too far from here. Ooh, boy, that... Oh, crap. Woo. Yowza. I wasn't kidding when I said I had a lot to unpack. Between all the luggage I had brought back with me, and the heavier memories of my time spent in the arid deserts, I saw and felt a different side of Lucy I'd partially forgotten. Her tender hands rubbing smoothly across the scars now littered across my chest. We stayed up to the warm evening glow of dawn. Warm morning glow of dawn. Yes, the evening glow of dawn. My God, when will my actual reading comprehension get up? The glow of dawn lit up the messy motel room. Clothes, paperwork, and useless knickknacks I'd collected were scattered everywhere in an organized chaos. And yet I've never felt more rest and at peace with the world than with Lucy cuddled up next to me. A peace shattered by my stomach demanding sustenance loudly. How about we get some breakfast? My treat. A breakfast date sounds nice. Say, how about we invite my family? I'm sure Mom would love to see you again. Probably would, too. However, I'd rather spend it with just you, Lucy. I grinned as I watched Lucy's face turn beet red. You were never this smooth a talker, Anon. Fine, but I definitely want them to see you. Tomorrow, then? Tomorrow. I'll tell them first. Get them hyped to see you. That would be great. So, tomorrow, then. Tomorrow, yes. We made our way towards her car door, but before getting in, she once again embraces me, this time a little stronger. It's okay, Lucy. It was so lonely, Anon. You don't need to be alone, you know. I'm so glad you're here. I missed you. I missed you too, Lucy. Though I missed the old Fang, I'm elated. I love you, Lucy. I got 3. Okay. Well, to be fair, that was about as high as I expected to get on my own. Schizo. Well, that explains that. You did barely squeak your way into it? I have a feeling that 4 is not snobbing Trish. Probably not. Only person in the team with a portfolio experience. That's amazing. This is funny. Anyway. You barely squeak your way into it, I must say. Okay, so... I would ask... But yeah, that was enjoyable. Ding dong. There's Mo. You have unlocked new bonus chapters. Complete unseen endings to see more. Ooh. Let's see. PTA meeting, mouse pad, chick schlub gutter lane. Don't touch those until the very end. All right. Well then. That sounds like something worth further exploring. Let's see, there was... What other options could possibly have done that? Could change it. Just before the... Yeah, just before the projector incident in her room. It's probably one of the... It's probably one of the ones that that changes the ending. Might be worth blitzing at that point. Like just before, then the choices in the in that incident. Can't help but think that the continuing to talk is the right answer for that. Yeah. Maybe I'll just brute force it and just do like things logically at some point. How was it? I thought it was very nice. Point-based system rather than a route system. Okay. You know, that makes it a little bit more easy. Like, because I was, well, I say easy. That's understandable. Then if I just barely got there, because like I was viewing this kind of like as like that route, that Shadow the Hedgehog kind of thing. What am I doing? Losing my absolute mind here. Alright. But yeah, that being ending 3 was comparatively happy, but breaking off all those old friendships, yeah, that seems like that's not a desirable thing. Like, let's see. But anyway, thoughts about it? Yeah, it was. I've said it time and time again. This is 5 episodes of me saying that this has been a fun thing. Like, something I really did like with it is how Anon pretty much just replaced Trish. Well, kind of, yeah. Definitely a better influence on that regard, but probably not better, if you want my opinion on that. I was like, having somebody rely entirely on the opinions of one person to define their entire identity is not a great idea. Which is probably why this was exactly like number 3. It was like, it's a better ending, but it's just that sweet spot of this is good, but yeah, it very much is. It very much is. I was like, it really would be better if they could have all like found like some amount of reconciliation. I'm just trying to think of what those choices that would have been at that point. Ending 4 sweet, ending 3 bittersweet, ending 2 bitter, ending 1 boring, bland, and bland, to be honest, sadly. Okay, so there isn't. Okay, so there isn't like it wasn't. There's not a what the hell kind of the Shibas were running the whole thing in the background. Because that's really where I was coming from. That whole like those joke endings from Silent Hill 2. You know what I'm talking. All right, so I was pretty much off. Unless, of course, I spent the first 3 episodes thinking that it was the exact opposite direction. That the low number endings were the good ones, but that's just me being an absolute idiot. Alright, well, this is definitely something to go over again, and maybe that whatever ever more episodes we do will be a little bit faster. I just feel like ending 3 said everything like the fact of instead of supporting her in music, that Anon pushing her away from it. Kind of, yeah, a little bit. I mean, I don't know about pushing her away from... I don't know if Anon strictly pushed her away from music. But... you know, if that's the case, then it absolutely would have been the choice in her bedroom at that point. Focusing on the studying versus focusing on science instead of music. And that probably was like the big difference in that case. In which case... hey, yeah, guess what? No? Alright, well, what am I missing? You did pretty poorly. Well, I'll have to look over that, what you just linked me there. Anyway, the point system works with 2 points, Anon points and Fang points, with points representing both of their respective growths. You got 3 Anon and 2 Fang, huh? Well, if that's the case, then yeah, I definitely did barely squeak that by. Inverted Hierophant. Well, I gotta... Well, one of those points was definitely the choice. Was definitely in her room with either the science or guitar. So I was correct about that one choice. About that. How was Fang 3? How was Fang 5 Anon 3 considered the bitter ending? Anyway. Yeah, it might be worth, yeah, well, now with that... coding mumbo jumbo, I think. Yeah, fair enough. I'll not put too much thought into the philosophizing toward that. But honestly, this has been a fun experience. And who knows, we'll maybe do this for another week or two and we'll just blast through the other 3 endings really quick, because at least we can see the other parts of the story that we didn't quite catch. I'd be willing to bet that we'll be willing to bet that probably in like the best ending, Nasser and Rosa are a thing. Maybe. Or maybe Naomi becomes a better person. I don't know. But, you know, it'd be worth looking at. And then it's on to gator hugging. Would be a thing to not play Wani Hug the Gator. It's like, here's actually a thing, right? On the first episode of this that I put up on YouTube, I actually got a comment saying, "Welcome to the Snoot community. Are you gonna play the successor at some point after this?" I'm like, and I was thinking, like, the heck have I gotten myself into? I've said that more than a few times, but what the heck have I gotten myself into? What do you 3 think? I don't know what's more embarrassing, the fact that I did that whole thing, or I just referenced the Hollow plushies I have. You're a fanatic about making damn sure you don't skimp out on it. Oh boy, well, we'll see, won't we? Alright, well, honestly, with that, it's been 3.5 hours. We've gotten an ending. Neat. Gotten there, we've seen credits, we've gotten to the end screen. But I was right for the majority of that line. I was basically getting the bad ending up until, like, just right at the end. But, hey. Honestly, that was worth it, I think. Man, I really need to go see a chiropractor or something. Do something about my posture, maybe. Either way, my back is being compressed. I need to think about that. Let's see. Up until like about 3 hours ago, there was D&D, but there's no longer anymore. So that's the... Only gets better as you do the other endings. It paints a much more broad and interwoven picture. Sounds great, actually. Can't wait to see it. But yeah. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, D&D is no longer happening today. It was, and then it's not, for reasons. All fine and dandy and whatever. So yeah. After that, Sunday. Next Sunday, more of this, I guess. We'll get another ending or 2, maybe all 3, and just blitz through them. If you go watch Arch play Snoot, or listen to it as you go to work, yes, definitely do that. I might pop in and see what he's up, and see how he's doing that as well. Man, it feels weird playing the same game as another streamer at vaguely the same time. Fuck, I think it actually might even be exactly the same time that I think about it. But beyond that, yeah, next Sunday, more Snoot Game. There's more Blood Bowl happening, and in 2 leagues. D&D eventually will return. And at least 1 painting stream that I want to get done before the end of the year, before Christmas. Now, I've said it before, got this guy to do. So, with that in mind, guys, thank you all for hanging around, chatting, being all around cool dudes and memes. Thank you once again for turning me on to this game. Can't wait to see some more of it. But until then, guys, I will see you all in the next one, whatever that happens to be. Have a good rest of your day, all.
Well, I really like this show tonight.
At these prices, who's gonna complain?
Very nearly turned off the alert sounds accidentally, but I caught myself!
So Western civilization crumbles. You twit.
Who's playing first? That's right.